Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out. Poker. You know the game?
Clobberonimo!
Come get some.
It's Clobberin time! Clobberonimo!
Hey, clobbers, clobberonimos, clobberooskies, clobberoids, clobberians, clobologists, and every other kind of clob out there. Good eatings to you. And if you're not a clob yet, don't worry. You can be one just to learn how to bang the rocks together, guys. Hey. Welcome to Clobber Times, issue number 426 on YouTube. 1,426 all total. And it's a wild card Wednesday night. Wild card Wednesday night. Why don't we say Wednesday? Why don't we say Wed? Why am I the only one that says Wednesday? Because I'm the only weirdo, I guess. That's all it matters. Oh my goodness. Well, good to see you all, my friends. Just wild cards, and we got nothing but wild cards to play tonight. And they call him Wildfire, but anyway, so we'll just hang out and have a good time, just talking and geeking out with you. What a night it has been. Before I get down to any of that, let me just do some shout outs and some shout outs, shall we? First up, thanks to everyone who hung out with me Monday night. Had a great time on J-Tom's channel doing the Legion of Superheroes review with Sean, which we do almost every, three Mondays out of the month with J-Man and Sean reviewing Legion. And of course, had a great time at Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk. You were all amazing hanging out with me for that. And here we are with the wild card. Let's see, for the rest of the week, the remainder of the week, let's see. I had a great time, incidentally, on Loki's panel. Loki's I've been streaming a lot tonight. I had a great time on Loki's show today, the round table. And then right after that, I was hanging out with our good buddy Dad Man on this show, talking some sports bally. And that was a lot of fun. I appreciate Dad Man and the Dad Man clan for that, and a great group of guys he had there, Whoopa Troopa and JT Kirk, hanging out with those fellas talking football was lots of fun. Tomorrow night, that clubhouse is in session. A Blake 7 episode review and a Star Trek comic reviewed, and much, much more with my wonderful First Officer Commander R.M. Briggs and our extraordinary Chief Engineer, the great Mark D with a C. And then, of course, before that, I'll probably be hanging with Time and the gang from Midnight's Edge, as always, before I do that. And then I think even before that, I'm going to be on a stream on WDW Pro stream before that, actually. I've been asked to be on there. So tomorrow, just like tonight, it'll be 3 streams the whole day. Like a lot of stuff to do. Let's see it. 4 Central, 5 Eastern on WDW Pros. I've been asked, I'm honored to be asked on that show. And then after that on Tom Midnight's After Dark show, and then the Clubhouse, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Friday night, Fearless Fridays on the great J-Man's channel as J-Man and Sean and myself continue our reviews of Frank Miller's classic Daredevil run. The big stuff, and we're getting into the meat of it now, where Miller took over the writing charge as well as the art. Miller Jansen art is superb and great. The Miller stories are classics, and so there you go. Looking forward to that. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday night. And then after that, Friday Night Comic Shop Talk with the Friday Night Comic Shop boys on the great 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser channel. 8:30 p.m. We hang out, we talk comics, we review comics, or talk various goings on in comics and what everyone's reading and whatnot, of course. And then Saturday night Star Trek right back here. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Same Trek time, same Clubby channel for 4 more episodes of Star Trek Voyager reviewed. Having all kinds of fun on Saturday Night Star Trek. What a great group you all are. Please pop in. Even if you're not a Trek fan, you'll have fun just hanging out with the great group we have. And then, of course, back on Sunday nights with the great Sunday Night Geekery on the extraordinary Chief Engineer's great channel, Mark D with the C's channel. Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's great stuff. And remember, everyone, January is still Batman 66 month and Blake 7 month. The month of the beginning of these 2 great storied franchises, especially Batman 66, the one that started my geekdom for me. So all hail Batman 66 and Blake's 7. Now, let me shout out our dear friends who are with us in the chat tonight. Anyone out there lurking, thank you so much, you lurkers. I really do appreciate it. Makes my day to know you're out there, and thank you so much for it just does my heart good. And those who are watching on a download or a rerun, repeat, however you want to call it, thank you. It is much appreciated. The view, I mean, if you're able to click like, if you're able to subscribe, appreciate that, but it's not even necessary. The view is appreciated. So shout out to our great wrenches, our moderators, of course, the great Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher, Chris Persia, Vindicator Wrencher, the Great Right North, D-Bud Martin, the Flinch of Iron, Lord Thoth, God of the Wrenches, Avon Lives, long live the Legion, my friend. Shout out to the lovely Lady Thoth. J-Man, the Wrench Without Fear, partner in crime on Earth B, and Legionnaire Extraordinaire, Miller Reviewer Extraordinaire, Maddie's Daddy, Wielder Wrench Mjolnir, Thor in Vegas, the Super Wrench Kal-El, the Rascally Wrench himself, Fanty Outsidery, Hungry Boy, Master of the Club, Boney, Maximum Redstone, our own Music Meister, and of course, the Triple Man himself, Larry, Triple Bullwinkle time. Good to see you all. And let's see who is here with us in the chat. FKHC 2005. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Oh, my goodness. You should have done that. Our first officer's being bad. Oh, for a super chat. I love you. You should. What's wrong with you? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. In a nice way, I mean. I love you. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Our fantastic first officer, our beautiful friend, says, I love you. Too, I'll stay and chat. The stupid cold. You make my heart smile. Will you mind smiling right back at you? I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And our wonderful first officer. We'll hang and chat with us if you feel like it. And I hope you feel better. I hope your cold feels better and gets better soon, my dear. I love you. Let's see who else is here. Empress NM. Hey. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Picasso. All right, Picasso. Dave C. Wagner, buddy. Brian Hepburn, my good friend. Hey there. OT. Hello, OT. Let's see here. Alejandro Flores Ibarra. Welcome. Apollome's Minion and the Pauper. Ravenscroft. Hey there, Ravenscroft. Good to see you. Claude Saling. Hello, Claude. Let's see who else is up in you. Salty Traveling Sea. What's up, Kimasabi? Good to see you. So I had a great time hanging out with you last week, man. I really, really am honored that you hung out with me. It was a lot of fun, sir. Thank you so much for that. We must do it again sometime. Sometime soon, I hope, sir. So let's see. What's going on up in here? Like I said, I've been a busy streamer today. This is my third stream in a row. I was on with Loki. Then I went right to Dadman's stream. Right from that now to this one. And I'm loving every second of it, of course. Tomorrow night, same deal. 3 streams in a row. I'm acting like it's like digging a ditch or something. No, it's a lot of fun. So cool. And I'm gonna have fun until my daddy takes the T-bird away. So since I'm here and it's wide open wild card, what's going on out there in the geek world? What's everybody else doing? Geek-wise, of course. We know the real world is a big, ugly, scary place. So we have to have our little refuges where we can just, get together and in the geek hideout and just I don't know, geek the hell out for a while. What are you all doing? What have you all been up to? Geek-wise, I mean. Obviously. Let's see. For example, what have I been doing? Well, what do geeks do other than watch and read stuff? So, yeah. Read comics, read books, watch movie or TV, or bitch and complain about same. Right? We do that, don't we? And we love every second. We love to bitch and complain about stuff. Let's see. Of course, I got my things that I have to review. I've been bad though when it comes to reviewing. Ravenscroft says, just watch the movie finale of Homicide: Life on the Street. What a powerhouse finale! I got you. Okay. Salty Traveling Sea says, reading awesome 1970s, 80s fantasy books. Watch Bogart movies. There you go. That's, as Andy Griffith used to say, that's the time. There you go. I went back to, because I'm having such a great time on J-Man's channel in our reviews of Frank Miller's Daredevil run. And it is so much fun. This preparing for just going back and rereading these is magnificent. I've decided to go back and watch, and since Echo was so terrible, go back and rewatch the Netflix Daredevil series. I'm really enjoying that. Penny, hey, Penny's here. What's up, Penny? Good to see you. Let's see. Alejandro says, I watched the movie Orca with Richard Harris, but Bo Derek's in that for a minute. Incidentally, you probably know that because you watched it Saturday night. I got the Blu-ray as a belated birthday gift from one of my uncle. I have not seen Orca in many a decade, Alejandro. But I remember. It's funny. What I remember most about Orca, the film, is the comic book, the ad for the film on the back of Marvel. Or was it Marvel or DC? One of them at the time. The ad is a real nice ad. It's the Orca. Which is the ad was just sticks out in my memory. And of course, later I probably saw it on cable if I didn't go to I think I went to the theater to see it, but I can't really remember. I'm trying to figure out the value of a mystery RF component. That's in-person in. Wow. Joe Dog, what's up, dude? Gwag says, I've been reading the Ditko Legion stories while waiting for Amazon to ship my Romnibus. Yeah, Romnibus is coming out this week, right? And I got a buddy of mine who also pre-ordered that. I want that thing bad, man. I hope it goes down in price soon, but I doubt it. The Ditko Legion stories, Gwag, I don't know about you, but wasn't too big on him drawing Legion. I love Ditko and all. That's right. Bo Derek gets her leg bitten off. That's true. Damn it. Oh, it was released today, so you're just waiting on it to be delivered. I see. Excellent. You got to let me know how that is. Yes, sir. I envy y'all. They're going to be at least 2 of those omnibuses, right? Great stuff. I ordered think it was not the right choice for Legion, but you have to read them to get the Levitts and Giffen stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I have them. Yeah. No kidding, Glad. Yep. You're right. We're going to get, I'm not sure how long it's going to take us, meaning J-Man and myself, to get to that point in the Legion. But where we are now. We've done 30 or 31 shows, and we're only in 1968. We started in 1957, or 1958 or whatever. So we're only in like 1967, 68, something like that. So it's going to take a while. That's true, Alejandro. I've noted that the great Tom Baker turned 90 on Saturday. And not to bum everyone out, but Star Trek actors, has passed away. Star Trek fans had a loss. The great Gary Graham, who was an excellent actor, and a nice dude. He's been to a lot of cons. I think he was at a con that I was at once. I think, or a friend of mine met him. A friend Minimus met him. Gary Graham was a good dude, though. Genuinely good dude. He played Ambassador Saval on Star Trek Enterprise. He was on Alien Nation and a few other things. And sadly, he passed the other day, rather unexpectedly. It's the age of 72. Yeah. That's right. He was in that Kess episode, but he was also, on Enterprise a bit. And everyone who's, knew him said he was a genuinely nice dude. So that's a damn shame. Rest in peace, Gary Graham. Yeah. Good, like I said, a good chap. So sad. But we don't want to bring everyone down. We'll show some tribute to him Saturday night on Saturday Night Star Trek. What else is going on? So I went back to, like I said, to binging Daredevil. Something's weird going on with this new Daredevil season that's coming up. I keep seeing weird articles about it. As you know, the Daredevil season 3 came out many years ago now. Alejandro says, is Blake 7 on Region 1 Blu-ray or DVD? No, sir, it is not. Only Region 2, and not Blu-ray at all. Only Region 2 DVD, unfortunately. I have some of the Region 2 DVDs. I just don't have a player at the moment. Clobby, did you guys ever address the deal with Shatner not being in the promotional material for Star Trek? If you did and I missed it, sorry, just it's so awful. Only a little bit. I understand where he's coming from about it, but these dirtbags don't acknowledge. They don't make real Trek anyway. Don't get me wrong. That's no excuse. He should be involved in it. I mean, you should. When you don't put the most important character in Star Trek, all of Star Trek, on your stuff, you're doing it on purpose. They were doing it to salute them on purpose. They're scum, but it doesn't matter much because that's not real Star Trek anyway. So I hear you though, Ravenscroft. It's awful. It's absolutely terrible. It's despicable. But it's Paramount and it's CBS. So, it figures, right? Nothing surprising by it. But they have a lot of fake Trek on there, so they could keep it. So the only way to watch Blake 7 is in the U.S. is through streaming. It's on BritBox. That is correct, Alejandro. It's only on BritBox. I have some burned CD, DVDs of them myself, taken from that last really good DVD set they did for Region 2. but I also can stream it anytime I want on the BritBox. Let's see. What are you talking about? Star Trek. Well, we're talking about Ravenscroft talked about how William Shatner pointed out that they produced some promotional material about Star Trek, meaning the powers that be at Paramount and CBS or whichever one of them. And they showed all different people from all different Treks, real Star Trek and the fake new garbage, but they don't show Kirk. They never show William Shatner. And it's pretty sick. So, on the Daredevil thing now, they've got this info. I mean, they keep putting out. First of all, for those who don't know, Daredevil lasted 3 years on Netflix. And it's been like, I don't know, 2019 or so since the last. I think since the season 3. And now, a couple years back, they planned to what was it? They planned to bring it back. Disney idiots had planned to bring it back. I forgot. I've been seeing some info on it today. Mazarus, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you there. Ace Castire DVD. Yes, I saw him this week. I saw the guy who says DVD Ace. I saw him this weekend. He came to town. So they had planned to do what they called Daredevil Born Again after that disgraceful appearance on She-Hulk, the horrible She-Hulk show of Matt Murdock as Daredevil. They were going to do a new Daredevil series, and they filmed a bunch of some episodes and didn't scrap them because, this is common with idiot Disney, horrible MCU now. And they've scrapped it, then they've gone back to the drawing board. They're going to do 18 episodes, and they're going to make it. Now they're just flat out admitting they were wrong. They were not casting some of the original people from the previous show. Now they're bringing them back. They're going to have Foggy and Karen. And even the Punisher. I think they're still calling it Born Again, but I'm not so sure. And now they came up and they're going to bring back Bullseye. Now they're coming back and they're saying, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do season 4. Well, why didn't you do that to begin with, idiots? You could have done it years ago. You freaking idiots, man. Why did you waste so much time? I mean, look, don't get me wrong. If this is a course correction for the better, I'd be surprised being that since it's Marvel DC, Marvel DC. Marvel, Disney, Marvel, Marvel Studios, MCU scum. So take it with a grain of salt. But if this is a course correction for the better, good. But why did you ever make the stupid mistake anyway? First of all, it's bad enough that Kevin Feige and the Marvel idiots, what they did to the character of Daredevil from the Netflix series by disgracing him, putting him on She-Hulk, and even putting him in a scene from Echo, in the new Echo show. That's bad enough. But fact is, you could have made this show a couple of years ago. And the fact that they shot full episodes and said this is bad. I mean, bless them for recognizing that it's not good, and then saying, you know what? Maybe we should bring back the whole cast from the old show. Maybe we should pick up from where we left off from season 3. And because I just saw an article today that said it's going to be more like season 4, like they're going back to try to make season 4. So my question is, why? I mean, look, if this is a course correction for the better, fantastic. I don't have any hope or any by any stretch of the imagination, any faith in these people. I'm just saying, how are you so incompetent that you actually make these bad decisions, go forward with these bad decisions, And then, like half or a quarter of the way through, decide, well, something's like a guy, yeah, after all. But then did somebody like call you guys up and said, I was just watching your Netflix show, Daredevil. It's really good. Why don't you guys just keep doing that instead of the stupid shit you were about to do? Oh, yeah. Maybe we should. I don't think that happened. I'm just saying. But what else are we to conclude when they're the ones coming out and saying, first, just a few weeks back or a month or so back, saying, well, we've scrapped the board again and we're going to go from scratch. We're going to get rid of the ones we did and reshoot it all. They're going to be 18 episodes instead of 13 like there was in the other seasons. Yeah, those two of the, you guys were saying fans wanted the characters from the old show to come back, and we weren't bringing them back, but now we're going to bring them back. Then we're going to bring back Foggy and Karen. Why not? So now they are. They weren't going to bring back the Punisher. No, now they are. They weren't going to bring back Bullseye, which was a continuance from the end of season 3. Now they are. What happened? Did somebody grow a brain over there we don't know about? I mean, I believe it when I see it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they've seemed to have made a decision that at least theoretically seems like a course correction for the better. I'm not convinced it is, but it does sound like it. And if it's true, what the hell happened? Third season, I'm rewatching it again because there's only 13 episodes per season. I love the first 2 seasons. I like the third season, but there's some things that really aggravated me about it. But it's still 10 times better than the shite that they do now. But my point is, why in the hell did it even come to this? You should have did a 4th season after you did a 3rd season. I know that was around the time that they were having all big dust up between the TV division and the movie division and all this horse hockey. Ravenscroft says, there's nobody that can capture the brilliance of Born Again working today. The depth, the drama, the characterization, the heroism, these concepts escape modern writers. Very true. They did capture, like I said, elements of it in the 3rd season of the Netflix show, but in my opinion, they skimped on a lot of it. Still, it was way better than any of these horrible Disney Plus show. That 3rd season of Daredevil, all its faults, it's 10 times better than any one of those horrible garbage Disney Marvel shows, because I watched almost all of them. It was like one I couldn't finish Echo, it was so bad. And I couldn't finish I didn't watch Miss Marvel, and I couldn't finish What If, but I watched all the other ones, and they're terrible. Ravenscroft says the way Miller took Murdoch apart to the core, then built him back up again, was one of the most invigorating narratives I've ever read. You were cheering at the end. Look, at the end, you're absolutely spot on, Ravenscroft. Born Again's not only one of the greatest comics of all time, it's, in my opinion, the best thing Frank Miller ever wrote by far. And that's why scraps of it in season 3 kind of were okay, but they didn't really do it justice. It was still a decent show. It wasn't as good as the first 2 seasons, but Born Again is a masterpiece of comic book storytelling, in my opinion. And my good buddy Nick Weiser and I reviewed it about a year and a half ago, whatever, maybe 2 years now, ballpark. And hopefully I think we did a nice job of taking it to pieces and going through it. I really enjoyed doing that show with him. It's extraordinary work. It's truly a great story, a great Daredevil story. And I cannot, say enough how much I love Daredevil, even pre-Miller Daredevil. And, and it's got, by the way, it's one thing that's really funny, watching those early seasons of it. You know that they never give Frank Miller. I can't find anywhere in the credits that Frank Miller gets any credit. My God, dude, you may as well you could call the show Frank Miller's Daredevil. They use so much Miller in it. And by the way, they give credit for other creations in there, but they never credit him for creating Elektra or Stick, but or the Hand, but hey. Nevertheless, Ravenscroft says Born Again and Watchmen were coming out at the same time. What a great time to be a comics fan. Ravenscroft, I could not agree more. Some of the greatest comics ever were coming out in the 80s. at the same time. Leading into Watchmen, Moore's incredible run on Swamp Thing, Moore's work on a couple of his Superman stories. His Miracle Man had returned after being gone for a long time, being called Marvel Man originally. You had Miller's initial run on Daredevil, and many, many years later, you got Born Again. There was a lot of crap, but there was a lot of great stuff in the 80s. That's absolutely true. Let's see. He says, I have not seen the show, but from what I read, it seems like Marvel is trying to pull a Loki with Kingpin, i.e., making him sort of an anti-hero. No way, totally wrong. Well, if you mean Echo, yeah, I don't know, maybe. He certainly they didn't do that on the Daredevil show. Kingpin's a horrible monster, like he's supposed to be. Classic Comics, what's up, buddy? Says around 1982 to 1987 was insane. So many great stories. I concur. Did the Great Darkness Saga, the Judas Contract, a lot of the earlier Teen Titans issues in that. Dark Phoenix Saga, right around that time, a little before it. Oh man, yeah. That's absolutely fact check true. Classic Comics. The 80s was an extraordinary era for comics. Yeah, more Swamp Thing run, especially the first few years. Ravenscroft, yep. Squadron Supreme. Oh yeah. A lot of great stuff. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was popular at that time. I didn't like as much as other people, but yeah, that was great. Joe Duck says 2000s were the best times of comic book films. Simonson Thor, there you go. It's another one there, Gwag. Yes. Some great runs, man. Some great stuff. And imagine being in the comic business at that time, all that stuff coming out. You can't get enough of talking about it. Just going to it was the best time for comics, which means it was the best time to hang out at comic shops. Well, even into the 90s when they were doing a lot of crap I didn't like, it was still cool going into comic shops. See, one of the things you got to understand is when you're old, in comic book years, I'm a Methuselah. I'm 1,000 years old. Like Fanty. And like D-Bud. And a lot of the stuff, I was in my 20s when a lot of the stuff was coming out. And now there are times I see streams by fellow geeks who are anywhere from 10 to more years younger than myself, who will, wax nostalgic, as we all want to do at times. Sometimes about stuff that I didn't like that much because I was a little bit after my time and I was not that into it. But still, I appreciate that they do it. And I have a new perspective growing a bit of a different perspective now. But sadly, the 80s Avengers and FF were in the dumper at the time. I agree with that, Ravenscroft. The 80s, because, look, Jim Shooter, who's done some things I love and the Legion and stuff, he chased all the primary talent away from Marvel in the 80s, in my opinion. All the best artists chased him to DC for a while, anyway. Yeah, but in fairness to him, though, even though I don't like what he did to Marvel, in the 80s, I love what he did with Valiant. Valiant in the early 90s was my favorite. I loved it. Great Ace Cast Iron says, I remember talking about how many of the great 80s runs were monstrously late. Was the Born Again run on them for the most part? Born Again was in Keely Chow. Roll Tide, buddy. Born Again was mostly on time. And the reason why is because Maz, he had, if I remember right, it was mostly on time. It was a little late on some of them, but Miller didn't draw it. If Miller had drawn it, it would have taken forever. Dave Mazzucchelli and Klaus Janson made it quicker. It was Daredevil 227 through 236. And I remember Frank Miller had said that, on the covers, you didn't see, you had him as, he blew up the costume. And I remember DC said listen to me, Marvel said they were scared he wasn't going to put him back in the costume. But Born Again, when it was monthly in the Daredevil comic, it's tough to recall. It was around 86, 87. If I'm recalling correctly, it was pretty much on time. Then they did a trade. But see, it was in a regular monthly comic. So it was one of those newsstand monthly comics that they weren't gonna mess around with. They stockpiled a lot of the issues. So I remember keeping a pretty good schedule. It's been a while, but I'm foggy on it. But not Foggy Nelson on it, but I'm foggy on it a little bit. But I think it did. And then right after it, right after it, they put that first one of the early trade paperbacks, which I still have my original Daredevil Born Again trade paperback, but that beautiful cover of him and Karen Page on the cover with in the church. Find that sucker, man. What a beautiful cover, man. Born Again was just. I hope if they do this fourth season right, which I'm skeptical. I hope they don't. I hope they leave Born Again alone. Just leave it. You've already did it in season 3, close anyway. Find a picture of it. So I can find a picture of that tree. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This is like my third time to binge the show, by the way. It's so good, man. I don't know if any of you've watched it, but man, I love it. So this was the trade paperback. The cover for the first trade paperback they did. Son Lee, hey there. Beautiful cover. Keely Chow says, "What is Born Again?" Daredevil Born Again was a series within this. It was a series within the Daredevil series of the comic books in the late 80s, around 87ish. From Daredevil 226, I think, or 227 to 236. This here's the you could get it in trade paperback form, Keely. If you have never read it, you want to read just a great Daredevil story. It's this. This is my opinion, as I've said, is a masterpiece. I think it's the greatest Daredevil story of them all, in my opinion, as far as the Sirius Miller Daredevil. So we can find some art from it. Now, when you Google it, all you get is all this stuff from the TV show that they're planning. Yeah, boy, oh boy. Man, there's some so great scenes in this comic, man. And did they rip this sucker off on the TV show? they already took most of it for the third season. Joe Duck says, "I'm so pissed at Kevin Feige for ruining Daredevil and the Born Again story. He knows nothing about Marvel. He only knows about Star Wars. He doesn't, apparently, yeah, he knows about Star Wars, but they don't get anywhere near him." Kevin Feige's an idiot. You're absolutely right. Joe Dog, Feige knows nothing about comic books. And he's proven it time and again. Dumbass. Freaking dumbass, man. Fuck. Idiot. Let me tell you something. And we talked about this a lot when we reviewed when Nick and I reviewed this comic. The brilliance of Dave Mazzucchelli's art. Dave did this all by himself, by the way. Klaus Janson used to ink Frank Miller a lot, but Mazzucchelli did his own stuff, did his own inking even. Odd how Mazzucchelli drew Born Again and Batman Year One, both defining stories for those characters, but didn't do much after that. Yeah, it's true. He did do a lot of his own stuff, but he didn't stay with the mainstream very long. He has almost no mainstream stuff to his credit after Batman Year One. Now, Batman Year One, I love it, but I love it. It's beautiful and it's great. But some of the stuff Miller did in the story kind of aggravates me. But it's a great comic. It's not as good as Born Again, but it's a great comic. If you just want to read a great story. But I don't know, man. Making Catwoman a hooker and making de-aging Jim Gordon. He's the one that gave us the badass Jim Gordon. Of course, it got out of hand a little bit. Jim Gordon was too much for badass. But look at this stuff. I mean, we talked about it when we reviewed it. This is gorgeous. If there's one thing missing from the show, it was a little bit, not enough of the Daredevil acrobat stuff. The fight scenes are more, man, they're more gritty in the show, of course. He's flat punching it out with some dudes. And let's talk about that. One of the great things about the show, if you haven't seen it, is some of the action's just so good. The action, I mean, it's brutal on a very visceral level. Where again, in comics, it's different. Of course, he fights ninjas and all that other kind of stuff, and he fights ninjas on the show as well. I agree. Ace Cast Iron Cador pissed me off too. They should not have made Selena Kyle a hooker. That sucked. And Miller should be ashamed of himself for that. It wasn't perfect. It's a good comic, but I wish he hadn't done that. I really wish he hadn't done that. So, yeah, Mazzucchelli did the book years before that as well, but these covers. And I'll never forget this one really great scene that didn't have much to do with Daredevil. Yeah, Gwag, I remember. Those prices. I think mine was like $6.95. Gwag might have been $8.95. It was cheap because it was 1988. So there's this. There's one of the greatest scenes that Miller, again, this is a side note, really, because it's not really much to do with Daredevil in the comic. But there's one great scene that I love, that big fight with Nuke is going on in Hell's Kitchen. And, the Avengers have been called out by the government to take Nuke into custody. And, Daredevil's facing off with Nuke. And then you hear, the writing, the caption written by Miller. You hear this, put these fires out. It says a voice. No, first it says, you say a voice from a soldier that could command a god. And then you say, put these fires out. And does. And that's, of course, Captain America. And there's a silhouette of Captain America giving Thor the order to put the fires out. Imagine, that's the respect level that Captain America deserves, man. Voice of a soldier who could command a god. And does. Chills, man. I mean that as a kid, man. Kid, that was a young adult, but I was a kid. Reading that as a kid, man, I'm like, good Lord. Choke. I loved it. That's the kind of respect Cap deserves, And of course, these are all the covers. Love it. Beautiful. And there's a bit when Daredevil faces off with Cap. And he asks Cap, why are you so concerned? And Cap says he wears the flag. But Daredevil says, I hadn't noticed. Because he can't see. Of course, Cap doesn't know he's blind. Cap knows who Daredevil is, though, even though he was, without his costume. And again, you can't talk about the Daredevil show, though, without talking about how terrific Charlie Cox is as Daredevil. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is one of the, if he's not in the top 5 all-time best casting of a superhero. Hey, Scribe Light, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome to Clobberin Times. talking about this show, like I said, rewatching it is so much fun. It's so great. I got to say, Charlie Cox is brilliant as Daredevil. I'm going to put him up there in the top, somewhere maybe in the top 3 or 4 or 5 all-time greatest castings of a superhero. And I do mean up there with the Christopher Reeves and the Adam Wests and the even Chris Evans as Cap. If you like that, I love Chris Evans is a doucheweed in real life, but he's a great Captain America. And Charlie Cox is perfect on this show. The level of intensity he brings to the character of Matt Murdock, you wouldn't even know he's British. Classic Up says, I thought for years that Damian Lewis would make a great Daredevil, an excellent actor, and a dead ringer for Matt Murdock. I'm not sure. Oh, Damian Lewis is a good actor. Yeah. I could see that. I can actually see that. But I'm glad we ended up with Charlie Cox. I think that's terrific. Scribe Light says, Daredevil Season 1 was the best live-action superhero show of all time. Agreed. Such a loving portrayal of the character with few compromises to canon. And Scribe, one thing I'll say, because I'm like I said, it's about my third of time to be binging the series, and it's so refreshing to go back and watch something that good. My only complaint about Season 1 is they kept us from getting the costume until the last episode. It went way too long. They could have easily. I wanted the costume at least in the first few, maybe halfway through. That's something that I have too much fanboy in me not to be annoyed by that. I don't like that year one outfit that he has, that he runs around with in it. That said, it doesn't make the show bad at all. I mean, I love the show. I actually love now re-binging it again. Maybe it's because things are so terrible now. I do love the second season. Larry, what's up, buddy? I do love the second season. Almost as much as the first, but so I put them on equal footing because I've really got a new appreciation for the second season, and I have a lot of serious problems with the third season, which I'm now watching again, but it's still got a lot of great things in it, in my opinion. For it to be a solid love of the whole three seasons. Again, with a lot of criticisms of the third season, not so many of the second, but the third, and yet still, because of how crappy things are now, I'm early on in the third season, and I'm enjoying it a little bit more right now because so much is so bad. I'll take it. He says, oh, man, you get me started on the second season, I'll be ranting about the Punisher for a couple of hours. Well, you'll have to come talk to me one of these nights on a Wednesday night when I got some time, Scribe, and I'll be glad to talk about that with you. See, I'm not a Punisher fan much at all. I like Bernthal. I like the second season a lot, so you can't really mess the Punisher up too much for me anyway because I'm not that much of a fan of his. I never was. I'm a superhero junkie through and through. Like the Tick said, guns and superheroes don't mix. He's Punisher's a bit of a knockoff of Pendleton's The Executioner. He's fine. I mean, I just, never really cared much for him, but I can understand how a big Punisher fan might have some issues with it. And the first season sucks. I thought the second season of The Punisher was a little bit better, but still, it was just, I don't know. The only Netflix shows that were any good was Daredevil to me, as far as really good consistently. Iron Fist was crap, especially the second season. Luke Cage, very disappointing. I love the guy playing him, but it just wasn't good. I mean, it wasn't a well done show. And the first season of Jessica Jones is only thing good about it is you have Luke Cage in there and you have David Tennant as the Purple Man, even though they won't call him the Purple Man. But after that, Jessica Jones is a shitty show. Defenders shouldn't have been called the Defenders. They're not the Defenders. It should have been called Marvel Knights or something. But still, it was kind of cool seeing them all together. But, but really, aside from the Daredevil seasons, and Defenders is watchable because they're all together, which is kind of cool. I mean, Jessica Jones. No, I don't disagree about Jessica Jones there. Luke Cage season 1 was all right for the first half, and the villain Cottonmouth was amazing until they killed him off. Yeah, second season was terrible. First season was sort of okay. Jessica Jones was absolute garbage, especially. See, I kind of didn't mind season 1 too much. I don't like her that much, but I like Luke Cage, the character, and I like David Tennant as the Purple Man. But no, I mean, I can't argue with you. It's not good. So I actually sat through season 2 of Jessica Jones. That's how dumb I am. And it was horrible. I couldn't watch 3, obviously. So Golden Age Batman wasn't a superhero, aka when he was a shadow knockoff. He was a shadow knockoff for sure. But he was a superhero enough, yeah. Because he was in a different medium. Alejandro said, what were your thoughts on the 03 Ben Affleck film when it came out? I hated it and still do. I hate it. I hate the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. Alejandro. I think it sucks the sweat off a dead man's balls. He's terrible in it. Every bit of it's terrible. Bullseye's laughable. I don't care what you say. Michael Clark Duncan's an awesome dude. He's not the Kingpin. Everything about that movie is pure trash, in my opinion. And people love to say, especially even Mark D with a C, loves to push that the director's cut. I didn't see the director's cut. It's the director's cut for one that's rated R versus, true. But I just didn't like it. I hate everything. Ugh. I don't even like Ben Affleck much either. Jessica Jones could have been great as an episodic PI show like Mike Hammer or something. Instead, they stretched a 4-episode story across 13 episodes. Boy, howdy, they sure did. And it was too much of a soap opera. And she's too, Jessica, and another thing, Scribe, Jessica's too much of a, pretty girl. Nothing wrong with the actress necessarily, but she's such a mopey, morose, like the crybaby type of character that there's no personality to her. That's why in that first season, the only anyone with any personality is Luke Cage and Kilgrave, the Purple Man, mixed with PP indeed. But again, nothing against Kristen Ritter. The actress is okay, but she's written horribly. I'm not sure what it means, but it sounds pretty bad to me. Yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. Jessica Jones is crap. First season of Punisher was terrible. I thought the second season was mildly okay, but still nothing good. She was wholly unlikable and not in an anti-hero way. She's just a terrible person to people. Yes, she's awful. That's exactly right. She's terrible. They lightened her up a little bit in Defenders, but by then it was kind of, you didn't give a shit. I thought most of those Netflix shows were about 3 or 4 episodes too long. Agreed. Except for the first season of DD. I'll agree with you there. I can't argue with that, Classic. But you know what? They're still better than the Disney shows. They're just not good. Well, they're not. I'll put it like this: they're not good, but they're not as unbelievably, laughably terrible as the Disney shows. Disney shows. When I watched even the worst of the Netflix shows, I was like, all right, this is getting boring and predictable. Netflix shows are padded out. The Netflix shows are full of unnecessary soap opera bullshit. These things are just trying to stretch them out to 13 because they don't have enough of a story. All of them are that way, by the way, except for arguably Daredevil. But all the other ones were. And that's not a good thing. And that's not a good in their favor. However, the Disney shows aren't just boring. They're laughably they're atrocious. They either start out interesting and turn to shit right away. WandaVision being the first one. First couple of episodes were mildly interesting and they went nowhere. It was just horrible writing. They didn't know what they were doing. They were classic, easy to set up something to grab you to make you go, okay, you got my interest. What's happening here? Then Everything that happens is bullshit. It's horrible. Larry says, Science Fiction Tales 2 trailer is released. R.M. Briggs. Well, R.M. Briggs, get me that trailer so I can show it if you want me to. If not, you want to debut it first. But I would love to show your trailer if you're still hearing me on number one. I would love to show it to you. So as soon as you can get it to me, we'll show that trailer. DJ Ronnie J, what's up, buddy? But it's one thing to be boring and all that kind of stuff, and that's bad enough. But man, the Disney shows, they're a different level of bad than the abysmal Netflix shows. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was crap for the most part. Agents of Schmuck, but it still wasn't like the Disney shows. It was just like not that good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like some things are not that good, but they're not like horrifically bad. They're just like, just don't really, it doesn't interest me anymore. I'll stop watching it. And like Agents of Schmuck was that way. When I was doing this show, way before I went and moved to YouTube, back when Agents of Schmuck first started out, some buddies of mine that were doing the show, that would come on the show with me sometimes, we would joke. We had a running joke about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It would be like, I would start to call Agents of Name Dropping. This week on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're going to actually mention the Hulk. Thrill as we have a conversation and say the words Captain America. We're not going to do anything, but we're going to say Thor. Yes, I know they had Sif on a couple of episodes. They had Nick Fury on one of them, I think, but for the most part, who cares? Doc Fortune. What's up, Doc? You had Coulson. Yeah, great. Yeah, that's good. A classic example of that was when they had, and I understand they weren't going to get any of the big heavy hitters, but yeah, I mean, let's see. It's a cinematic universe. Why does a cinematic universe have tie-ins to tie-in TV shows? I don't know, but if you do, you got to learn how to be a better show. But they weren't. They were, like I said, occasionally they would mention something going on. That's fine if the show's good. But most part, they would just... it's just... Ugh. A prime example is they had a couple of villains from the Marvel Universe. And then they had what was it? Which one did they have? Oh yeah, they had Absorbing Man. I'll never forget. Absorbing Man. Russell Creel was on an episode of Agents of Schmuck, and he looked like him too. I mean, they went out of their way to make him kind of look like him, and he had the powers. He even picks up this thing out in front of this building that has a ball and chain thingy on it. I was like, well, this is cool. And then I'm watching him, and who is he fighting? Is he fighting the Hulk or the Thor like he's supposed to? No. He's fighting a bunch of humans. Human S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Well, I know. Call me an 8-year-old, but I expect to see a supervillain fighting what? Wait for it. Superheroes. You guys put a supervillain on there, a heavy hitter supervillain that can fight Thor and the Hulk. And he's fighting people. He's fighting humans. But why? Who cares, man? Who wants to see him fight humans? The hell, man? Look who's here.
Hello.
What's up? How are you?
Good, but Jessica Jones is crap. Have you seen Echo? Well, I guess no.
It's not about whataboutism here. I mean, I don't think he said it was worse than Echo. I don't know if he's seen Echo, but let's see what
I'm talking about
That's
what you were
a-
saying about 5 minutes ago. I'm teasing, but yeah.
No, I mean
I-
Echo's were well. I couldn't sit
Oh
through
yeah,
all of
yeah.
it.
I'm joking, but no, I
No,
did
I hear
like
you, though.
Jessica Jones. I did like Jessica
Did
Jones.
you?
I'm on the
Is
record.
there
That
any
said it.
superhero trend? I'm fed up with it. Superhero shows without the superheroes. AOS, Gotham. Yeah, exactly. Comics. And yes, they had Graviton again. There were no superheroes to fight, though.
Yeah,
I'm just talking
Agents
about
of
some different
Shield.
stuff. I've been talking about
And
Daredevil, but I went over to Agents of Shield for a minute.
yeah, and I think Classic Comics said, yeah, the Marvel Netflix shows was it him? The classics that said they were about 3 or 4 episodes too long. I definitely agree with that because if you
Yeah,
had gotten superheroes where you get an issue each week, and yeah, of course, comics have ongoing storylines, but not 8 or 12. I think Luke Cage was the one that suffered the most from that. The 12 issue. They said it's 12 issue. It was just after a while. It was like, please put us out of our misery. That's enough. Yeah. So yeah, they definitely went too long on that
oh
one
yeah,
story. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's just they just don't know what they're doing. And like I said, I'm in. See, I was talking earlier. I'm in season 3. Hey, Comics Relief Crusader, what's up, buddy? Let's see, dude. What's that? Dude, the chick playing Sif was amazing and totally wasted in the MCU. Agreed, Doc Fortune.
Oh yeah.
Agreed, sir. I know what
Yeah.
you're
She's a
saying, buddy.
cutie patootie.
Oh, Iron Fist was terrible, especially the second season, Chris. I remember there was an episode of I think it was one of the Luke Cage seasons. It was kind of cool where Iron Fist went on there and they had an episode where they teamed up and it was like, wait, it's like having an Iron Fist. It's like having a Power Man and Iron Fist TV show.
That was a good episode.
That was a good one. I'm like, how about we can have? Hey, wait a minute, guys. This is what we would like to see. How about a show called Power Man and Iron Fist? What? I mean, you're giving us one episode of it. I mean, could you at least squeeze out maybe 2 or 3 at least if you're not going to give us a whole season? But it was like one episode, then they're back to just being boring. It's like, God, man, that was pretty cool. I didn't even mind that. I didn't mind that. I didn't even mind that kid as Iron Fist too much. It's just the shows were terrible. No, he's not my idea of Danny Rand from the comic, but it wasn't his fault that the show, because he was pretty young actually at that point. But the second season was such a piece of crap, man.
Was that the Colleen Wing season?
Yeah, that was Colleen Wing, but gets the Iron Fist at the end. But then he gets one too. They have 2 of them now.
Yeah.
Some kind of.
There was only 2 seasons of that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, she was cute, Colleen Wing. I'm not saying like a toxic male, but but it wasn't. Yeah. And in his defense too, I think he got the role. He had 6 weeks to train for the role.
Right. I'm not
so
knocking him.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people were saying this martial arts are horrible. First of all, you've got the built-in mask that he could have worn as Iron Fist, so you could have a stunt double, like you could with Daredevil. And you can't expect these actors to be like Bruce Lee, and especially if you're going to hire a guy. I think it was either 6 weeks or 8 weeks. I mean, I don't care unless you're, going with an established, Jackie Chan, someone who's known for their martial arts and can act. Few and far between too. With that, you got to put him in the costume or put him in the mask, so at least you can use stunt doubles, to do, the martial arts scenes. So yeah, it was. I was intrigued by it a little bit in the beginning because it's a great storyline with him coming back. The parents think he's been dead. The whole corporate intrigue. There's a lot of great stuff that you could do with a TV show that could be really interesting, and it just fizzled out.
Wagner, they couldn't afford a dragon. They kept talking about the freaking dragon. They couldn't have the dragon.
yeah, right. You're right.
Oh my God. Yeah. But this is just, I guess maybe TV's gotten so bad, but I'm in the 3rd season and I'm still, there are things that aggravate me about the 3rd season of Dead, but I like it. Like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I saw something online. I can't find it right at the moment. Maybe I'm bounding into comics that says that they're now going to just start acting as if this new Daredevil show is season 4. Why didn't you do that in the first freaking place then? Idiots. They need to
so they're hiring back. They're getting Karen Page back and Foggy.
Karen and Foggy and Punisher and according to the reports, Bullseye. Which remember the end of the 3rd season. Bullseye,
yeah.
What? Yeah.
Well, you say they want to make money again?
I don't know. It's weird. It's like I was talking when I started showing them. Said it's almost as if, because as you know, they filmed a lot of what they called Born Again, and now they've scrapped it, and so they're starting over. I don't know if you knew
Totally
that.
scrapped.
That's
I
what they
heard about
said.
that.
That's what I heard. I don't know, for sure. So if that's the case, I mean, as stupid as it is to waste money, then that means it's a positive course correction, right? So that's why I'm skeptical. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that it's happened. That means somebody with some brains went in there and said, "Okay, look, I'm watching what you guys are doing, and this sucks. It's going to be nobody wants to watch this shite. So how about I just got to thinking, guys. I just watched the 3 seasons that you did, or that was done on Netflix. Those are pretty good. Why don't we do the 4th season? And I'm no expert on comics, meaning them, but I think they did a lot of Born Again in season 3, you guys. So how about we don't call it Born Again? I hope they don't, and just do season 4. Oh, by the way, you guys didn't hire the supporting cast from the TV show. I think people like them. Oh, and let's put the Punisher in there. We have 18 episodes. It's gonna be 18 episodes. I said.
Oh, what? 18 episodes?
Yeah, which is weird.
I hope they do more than one storyline. Please do one more than.
Well, they have to, yeah. So let's put the Punisher in them, and I'm going. Okay, I'm game. And then, hey, he's going to need a villain. Remember at the end of the season 3 where they teased Bullseye? Okay, because I had a lot of issues. Like that guy was pretty good as Bullseye. Let's see, Classic Comics says when I first saw Wilson Bethel as Bullseye, I immediately thought he was the actor that should have played Bullseye. Yeah. What I hated is they had him in the costume too long, but that was from a different non-Miller story. But that's from when he had the costume. I didn't like him in the costume the whole time like that, but at least he was good.
Well, he was scary. He was scary.
Oh, he was disturbing. That dude. He was definitely scary.
And Bullseye should be scary, right? I mean,
yeah, Bullseye should be scary. So I'm like, it looks to me, again, don't quote me on this, people, because you know how it goes with Disney. It looks to me like they actually want to try to make it a continuance of the old show. Now, will they? I mean, let's keep some proper perspective. Like, well, Disney has a horrible track record, but then again, why would you would have thought they would just let that other one stand and make that other piece of crap show so we could all throw up? But who knows what happened?
I just goggled his name, and
this was today, I think.
This today, yep.
But there was another one. I don't know who did it. He said something about they're going to go ahead and make it. They're going to basically act like it's season 4. I don't know if that was, but yeah, that guy saw this today as well.
Just so people can,
Bethel, Oliver Belamonte. Hey,
what did he? And it's been so long since I watched it, but what did he? He never made it into the Bullseye costume in the
at the last episode they thought it was like he was dead or something or whatever.
Yeah.
Not dead. He was beaten up, and then they showed they were messing. They showed his last scene, I think, is a close up of his eye. Somebody's about to do something to it.
Yeah, and then they cut out, right? Yeah.
So yeah. Now, what's that article I saw? I can't find. And by the way, Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers. But anyway, you saw that Jim Harbaugh going to
happened?
The Chargers.
Oh, he's going to the Chargers?
Yeah, weird, wild stuff.
Wow.
So,
the college is pros now, basically. Anyway,
pretty much. Yeah. So I think I saw. I don't know if you could find it or where exactly, but it said something about every day. This is a new Daredevil article, and it was something about them calling Daredevil season 4. Because they weren't. Remember, they were calling it Born Again.
Born Again, yes. As part of the changes, Dario Scardapane replaced Matt Corman and Chris Ord as showrunner. Yep.
Well,
I'll click on this one.
That guy must. Don't quote me on this, but he must have something. New head writers. I mean, they must have looked at it and said, "This is garbage." Yeah, because they were. It's not like they were. It's a thing. They were all sitting around a table and saw a bunch of scripts and said, guys, we're going to go a different way. This really is not what we want to do here. They filmed a bunch of shit. And then they were like, So that means somebody think about that for a minute. That's money spent and time spent, and somebody walks in and goes, it's either one of two things: really good, so there's got some talentless hack that's to ruin it, or it really sucks, and somebody with some brain said, guys, this is really stupid. This is dumb.
Yeah.
Maybe Charlie Cox or some of these guys. Vincent D'Onofrio, or whatever. I don't know. D'Onofrio, you can't trust him. He was part of, and Cox was part of She-Hulk, but that was catching a paycheck.
Yeah.
But maybe somebody goes, you know what, guys, this is kind of shitty.
Well, plus Disney's had so many failures lately. So Daredevil Born Again, after the show wasn't working, i.e. the show sucked. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious. So, it's,
Jesus Christ. I get, so I don't know, man.
Echo, my buddy I go to the comic book conventions with, I was playing poker with him on Monday night. And I'm like, what do you think of Echo? And he's usually pretty nice. He's like, pretty forgiving. He's like, oh my God, that was so horrible. He was going off on how bad Echo was.
This might be the first thing I've heard of that I've not seen not one reviewer even be slightly kind to Echo. Not one.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they don't exist. Anecdotal, I get it. I mean, obviously, simps, you can't simps, but once in a while, even the worst shit out there, whatever it was, right? I've seen usually at least somebody. I'm talking about somebody might even pop up in the chat that I'm in, or somebody might chat and say, "I really didn't think this was. I thought that was kind of okay, even though most people didn't like it." Generally, no matter how bad something is regarded, there's always somebody who will go, "I thought it was okay." I don't know. I haven't seen. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I mean, it is like one of the worst reviewed pieces of crap I've ever seen. So yeah,
he was going off on it. He was going off on it too. So it was so funny. I'm like, can I quote you on that? And I'm forgetting he had a really funny line. And like, should have written it down with my bad memory, but he was just so brutal to it. It was just. And usually he's a little bit more, forgiving, shall we say. And you're right. I don't think anyone has said anything nice about that show. It's just really.
Dead of Born Again season 1 release date cast. What's that? Oh, what's the release date?
Let's see. We're
Up rocks.
Up here. Oh no, let's see.
Lower.
Up, 10 hours ago. Here we go. Okay, it's a new article. Yep.
Trailer. They no trailer yet.
Well, when the trailer's going to come out, maybe. Yep.
Set to film in February 2023. Well, they did start back then, but they scrapped all that crap.
Yep.
Was ordered in 222. Actor and previous. So this is an old article.
Feige reportedly didn't think what had been filmed would help put Marvel shows back on track. Yeah. Well, after the disaster of Echo, they must have known how bad Echo was. That's what my friend said. It's like, that's why they released it all in one day. Because it was just so damn bad. Just get it over with.
Get it over with. Feige wanted the series to more closely resemble the Netflix version of Daredevil. And so he went to work making that happen. The series was handed over to Dario Scarpati or whatever.
I'm not sure.
Previous work on Netflix as The Punisher made him a prime candidate to serve as Born Again's new showrunner. On top of that, Marvel also brought back Philip Silvera, who was the stunt coordinator for the original Daredevil series. That's promising. To further cement that Born Again would be a gritty return that fans had come to expect, Vincent D'Onofrio confirmed the Hollywood Reporter that the Netflix series officially became canon when the overhaul was issued. Marvel has previously suggested Born Again would be a quasi-reboot, but this is no longer the case. The series will now be a full continuation of the network series. As for the Marvel, as for the story, Marvel is keeping things very close to the chest. However, the end credits scene in Echo may offer a clue. In the stinger, D'Onofrio's clean. About them running for mayor and all that kind of horse shit. Now, whatever. Okay, well there you go. Cast. In addition to Cox And D'Onofrio returning as Daredevil and Kingpin. Marvel has confirmed John Bernthal will also reprise his role as the prisoner and the Punisher. Sorry. More recently, comic book broke the news that Wilson Bethel will return as Bullseye after delivering a fan favorite performance as the classic villain in Daredevil season 3. There are also uncorroborated reports that Deborah Ann Wall and Eldon Henson will reprise their roles as Karen Page and Foggy Nelson, respectively. Would want it the other way around, that's for sure. The two were not expected to return for Born Again, but things have rapidly changed following the show's creative overhaul and the subsequent decision to recognize the prior Daredevil series as official canon. While Marvel is staying mum, we would not be surprised to see Alaqua Cox's Echo make an appearance. No. They're just saying they wouldn't be surprised. I'd be surprised. No.
She came in for 5 minutes. She gets 5 minutes. That's it.
Our solo series played a pivotal role restoring more gritty. No, it didn't. Pivotal this ass. As this writing, there's no official release date for Daredevil Born Again, given the show just only resumed production in late January 2024, following a top-to-bottom overhaul. Well, all that's pretty promising. Echo is not going to be in it. And if she did,
you're never going to see that character again. That character's gone. I mean, maybe might see her, like I said, for like 5 minutes. You just pop in, or maybe they'll do one episode with her, but she's just such a boring character, and a character you don't like, right? I mean, unless Daredevil beats her up and puts her in prison, I would like to see that. I mean, she's murdered hundreds of people, right? I mean,
that ain't gonna happen. Now, in that story, that stuff about him running for mayor, isn't that from comics anyway?
Yeah, it's from comics. Yeah.
So yeah. That's from
modern
Echo.
Stuff you haven't read.
Right. Yeah, that's not from Echo. That's from comics. So, yeah.
It's just copying Luthor, being president.
I hate to give Kevin Feige face credit, but if it's true, and he's actually showed the good sense to say, because it might have been some of those same morons that made dog shit like She-Hulk and other stuff, and he probably went in and said, wait a minute. Daredevil's talking to the audience. Wait a minute. They're making stupid jokes. You guys, it's okay to do that with She-Hulk, but this is Daredevil. When you're the one that have him banging She-Hulk. That's true, I did. But not in this case. That's totally not, that's a comedy. This is not a comedy. So, guys, I tell you what, you guys go over there and make a comedy. And we're going to get the guys from the Netflix show. Even Feige, probably as dumb as he is, probably thought that was a good show and said, let's do that for Daredevil. I mean, I don't know. It's so stupid. Like, somebody actually walked in and said, this sucks. Let's stop. That's amazing. That is monumental.
Think of how bad it had to be. Think of how bad it had to be, too. I mean,
exactly.
And it shows you that things are not doing well either. Because if you have a clunker after say an Infinity War type level series, no one cares. But when was the last good thing that Disney did besides the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special? And I did like Galaxy 3.
Galaxy 3, and I guess kind of like that. The Man thing. I mean, what was it? Like the Man, special. The Wolf, that Werewolf by Night special was kind of okay. Yeah. And, I mean, again, nothing to write home about, but they were like mildly entertaining at least. Yeah, but it's fun. Even let's just use the word watchable. Yeah, hell with good. Watchable to where you didn't get pissed off or want to just laugh your ass how stupid it was.
Yeah,
watchable. Watchable's fine. I'm gonna knock the bar down as close as you can to the gutter and say, when was the last time they did anything watchable? Where you can walk and you can watch and go, yeah, that was all right. Like you said, the Christmas special.
Ahsoka, and when we're skipping universes, but Ahsoka was terrible. The ending, Obi-Wan was terrible. Obi-Wan was even worse.
Horrible. That's what I hated. Though I hate that maybe more than all of them.
Yeah, but there's really been not. I mean, some people like Loki, but that's a quirky series. But there's nothing on Marvel. When was the last massive hit? When was the where's the One Punch that Disney Plus is looking for?
I'll tell you the last time they had something Let's forget about movies for a minute. The only TV show they had that generated excitement was the first one they did, which was WandaVision. Then after about 6 episodes in, which was getting a lot of play, a lot of people were talking about it. And then it dried up because it was such a terrible last few episodes. It was stupid. It dropped the ball. They didn't know what they were doing. And everyone was, I mean, not everyone. Some people like it. But a lot of people were really disappointed and thought, man, this started out interesting and you did nothing with it. And after that, it was strictly down into the gutter. Falcon, Winter Soldier, and Loki, Moon Knight, and Hawkeye. And,
Moon Knight was despised.
horrible.
Moon Knight.
So I'm saying they're all garbage. So, yeah, Mayor Fisk. Oh, God.
Yeah, just so you know, I think that was like 10 years ago, maybe. I'm trying to remember if someone could remind me in the chat when that was. But
yeah, it's been a while, but it's been enough.
Yeah, so but it's okay to, use some of that stuff as long as you do it well.
They mine comics. And again, what does that teach you? They have to mine. But if this is true, and we don't know, could that turn out to be the same piece of crap, But if it's true that he's trying to right the ship and try to at least be closer to that series, the Netflix series.
Yeah.
I hate to give Feige some credit, but I mean, that like you said, I think you said it. You couldn't have said it better than you said it. Imagine how bad it had to be if Kevin Feige walked in there and said, "Hey guys, this is not going to work out for us, so we're going to just bring in some people that know what they're doing." Maybe. I mean, this is a guy that let She-Hulk happen and Moon Knight happen. Poon Slight, as Ace Scanner called him. But I mean, Hawkeye, which wasn't even as bad as those two, and it was still not good. What else was terrible beyond belief? Falcon and Winter Soldier might be the one I hate the most because there's the more potential there.
With the Falcon speech, you mean?
Not just the Falcon speech. It was a stupid story. Okay. Everything about it. Because I like Sam Wilson as the Falcon. I like Winter Soldier. Bucky, and that guy played Bucky. That's the biggest one. That's the worst one in some ways because that's the most potential. That could have been a really cool show with those two characters.
Yep.
It could have been cool, man. It would have been enjoyable.
I love those characters and
but turn to dog shit.
Winter Soldier's a great character.
Fail Clown and Winter Soldiers, exactly. That was the most disappointing of them all because it's the one I wanted the most from. Not telling. Hello there. Yes, Sebastian Stan. That's right.
Yeah.
And again, Sebastian Stan's pretty cool. Mrs. Flu, what is up with you? Hey there. Where's Mr. Flu? How's he doing? Oh, Mr. Flu is doing it. Tell him a big hello from the Clobberin Times, guys. We hadn't seen him in ages. You seen him in ages?
I've seen him. Yep, but on other channels. Yep.
Yeah. Well, hello to him. So you got Agents of Schmuck. I was talking about that earlier.
Well, yeah. Here's a list of Marvel. This is of course Marvel. This is not including any of the old animated or Hulk or this is Disney Marvel. We should
TV shows.
So, yeah.
Rumbling on Rumble. Gotcha.
Yeah. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I like for the most part. Agent Carter I did like. I know you didn't like it. Inhumans is probably some of the worst TV I've ever seen.
I watched Agent Carter the first season. I love her. The show was a bunch of woke drivel. I hated it. It was a bad story, a bunch of wokey drivel crap. And the second season was almost unwatchable. Inhumans, I'm with
Haley Atwell's in it.
She's always watchable. All right.
I watched that with my son. So
I was
watching with my 8-year-old. How old was he back then? Oh, he was probably 12 years old.
Was he 8? Oh, wow.
No, 12 or 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, she's wonderful. Can I still say a story?
Yes, you can.
Sake? Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay. Inhumans is a piece of dog shite.
Horrendous.
Like you said, Inhumans rates down there with the worst of them. You're right. I mean, at the very bottom of the barrel.
It's worse than Echo because I don't care about Echo's character, but the Inhumans is such an amazing.
It definitely hurts more when you care about the character. Like I say, I like Falcon and Winter Soldier, and therefore when you do a shitty show with them, it hurts more. I love the Inhumans, and therefore when they do a shitty show with them, it hurts more.
Oh my God, Karnak in that opening. Do you remember? Then then they had him
Oh
smoking
God.
pot, and he was with the drug dealers, and it was Karnak. I was like, oh my God, what is Karnak doing here? The only thing good about that show are Crystal Lockjaw and Medusa before they cut her hair off, and she's the girl,
Right.
woman that's on
Yes. A
on
Reacher season
Reacher.
2.
Yeah, so that was a lost potential there.
So, all right, now we got the Netflix ones. Daredevil. All season
A++.
one. Yeah, A++ for season 1. At least an A+ for season 2. At least a B for season 3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So all in all, an A+ show, and we want more. 13 apiece. 13 episodes apiece. Wow. I'm no mathematician, but that gives us what, like 39 episodes? That's not bad.
Yeah, 39.
So,
yep.
Jessica Jobles, first season, only watchable for Luke Cage and David Tennant.
I really like that first season. I love that first season.
Do you?
I'm giving that
boring.
I just love. I like that crime. You know, it's
I'll give it
okay
a
when you're
C.
getting another hero. When you get another hero, I'm giving it a B+, A-. I like that show.
I give it
David
a
Tennant
C
in it.
minus.
All right.
Right.
We can agree to disagree.
Okay, season 2 is an F. It's a piece of trash. I hated it. Did you watch season 2?
Season 2 is definitely going down, and season 3, I'll agree. Season 3 is a total disaster.
I have to be complete.
With Shadowcat.
I watched the first episode and couldn't take any more.
I mean, not Shadowcat. Oh God.
Hellcat.
Hellcat, thank you. Yeah, and I like the girl that plays Hellcat. She's cute.
Oh, well, I love her too.
That
beautiful.
I mean, the end with Punisher was interesting, but then the way she got her, and then they made her turn evil, which was horrendous. They made Hellcat evil.
Punisher was on that show.
Yeah, Punisher was on season 3, so there were good moments.
Really, now I got to go watch it. Let's see what he's on.
Yeah, so he's in the end of that.
Just the end. I watched the first episode, and I couldn't take it anymore. I had to stop. It was so boring. So it's incomplete, third season, but now on your recommendation.
I think he's in the last 2 or 3 episodes. He's in the final. But I don't know why they made Hellcat bad. And then they made her like she had to steal her powers, or she. So the teaser at the end of season 2 is she's jumping off an elevator and she, hops like a cat.
Didn't they use Typhoid Mary or something?
Yeah, Typhoid Mary was in the 3rd season, and
that's stupid.
Luke
Cage season 1. That was a disappointment. He's cool. He's a badass. I like his perfect casting. That show's like season 1's like about a C-.
Well, I think the first 7 episodes. Who was the big bad in the beginning? That
Coppermouth.
Coppermouth. Yeah, when they killed him.
And what's her name? I can't remember. They all had snake names, but
yeah,
Diamondback.
Diamondback. Yeah, but once they killed off Coppermouth, then the season they transitioned to a new storyline.
And it looked nothing like the comic book, by the way. But of course,
yeah. But the season should have ended there. 7
season
episodes.
2 is even worse, especially that stupid ending. Oh my God, I hated the ending. That was a D for me.
Yeah, season 2. Who was the big bad in season 2? That was
oh God, I can't remember now.
now.
Oh yeah. It was the chick. It was a woman played by what's her damn name? I don't know, but it sucks. I can't. It's forgettable. Iron Fist season 1, not good. That was about like a D.
No.
But
I give it a C-.
2 is a F. Piece of trash.
Well, it should be called the Colleen Wing show.
Sucks. Yeah, it should be. Defenders, I would give Defenders about an actual B because it takes place right after. You have to watch it before you watch Daredevil season 3 if you're watching them in order. And it's got Matt in it a lot. They're all pretty cool together. I like them together.
That was a great scene when they found that when the team comes together in the end.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great story, but it was a good solid 8-episode watch. I'd give it about a B minus. I mean, B plus. Excuse me, B plus probably.
Yeah.
Punisher season 1. What would you give
I give season
Defenders?
1 a B. Well, I'd give Defenders a B plus. I think it was really fun to watch. Eventually, yeah. This
shouldn't be called the Defenders though. It should be called Marvel Knights.
You're right.
It's not. They're not the Defenders.
Yeah. Punisher season 2 was a hell of a lot better than season 1. I thought.
Did she start as? Let's see. Dot Fortune says.
Yeah, Patsy Walker. Yeah,
Patsy Walker. Yes, she
as
did.
Wagner says. Yep.
Iron Fist was the worst of them. All but the Meachums are very compelling. Yeah. I'm with you there. Let me go back on the chats and make sure I didn't see anything.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Punisher season 1, boring mostly. A lot of anti-gun crap.
Yeah, that was with the colonel that was after him or something. He was on the run from the military or the
Colonel
conspiracy
was
thing. Yeah,
season 2.
Was season 2?
Yeah, this had a bunch of anti-gun drivel.
Yeah,
which I thought was over the top and not good. Karen is great in it. Karen's always great. But I didn't mind season 2. I thought season 2 was about a B or B minus.
That scene in the bathroom.
The first season
2.
A C minus. Oh, the scene in the bathroom, yeah.
I mean, that season opened up really well. That's a badass season.
The first 4 episodes were kind of like an homage to Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah, season 2 is phenomenal. I think.
Yeah, I give it a B. B minus.
It's a fun watch. Yep.
He's still not he doesn't do a lot of Punisher shit.
Yeah, well, they toned
more so in the second season. In the first season, he's not that Punisher-y.
He's becoming
like the Punisher.
Isn't the last scene in season 1 when he finally has the Punisher outfit?
No, the last scene in Daredevil.
Or was it Daredevil?
2. Daredevil season
that was
2.
The last season.
He spray paints the. But yeah, then he wears the thing.
Okay.
He does wear the thing at the end.
Yeah. And of course, now would they allow him to wear that if he's a Punisher? They probably won't, right?
No. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Well, that's a good question. And it's
going to be
Marvel might bitch about him and not let him wear it, which would be stupid, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Is he going to wear the what was he, a ninja? They turned him into a ninja at one point, or in the new comics? Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
So there you go with the Netflix shows.
That's the Netflix. Yep. So overall, I think it was good stuff. I mean, on the whole,
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you had The Runaways, which I know you watched with me every night.
Every night we watched them all.
I'm probably the only one here that's watched all of The Runaways. And for what it was, I thought it was pretty good for the demographic it was going for. There were some good moments in it, but it's always, superhero light with The Runaways. But there was interesting time travel. I know Captain Infinity's not here, but the dad was an inventor, created something so they could see the future, and then it's playing. So there was a cool, interesting, some interesting tech in there.
You actually did watch that show?
I did watch. I've watched every episode.
Oh my god!
Runaways, yeah. Yep.
So Doc Fortress, I didn't get it. I didn't get the anti-gun sentiment from Punisher. Oh well. I liked it. Made him truly heroic and justified because his enemy, someone corrupting completely above the. Yeah, I mean there was some good stuff in it, but I don't know. And because I thought the Punisher was better than Daredevil. Me too. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Runaways.
No, yeah. Runaway. It's for its target as a young teen audience. I think it was okay. It kept your interest. You had the dinosaur. You had the dinosaur sidekick in there that was fun and some interesting stuff. It wasn't terrible. Cloak and Dagger was a disaster. The two characters had no chemistry together. I know you watched that.
2 seasons.
Yes, I
never
think
saw.
I think I finished the second season. Oh, it was just so bad. The girl that did Dagger was what was her name? It was bad. Don't even bother trying to. Runaways, maybe you could get through, but Cloak and Dagger was just terrible. Yeah.
Hellstrom, I heard it was bad.
Oh God, Hellstrom, and I shouldn't say I love
the
character.
Penny. Good night, Penny. Have a good one, Penny.
But yeah, that's another horrific 10 hours I won't get back.
Ooh,
I just kept watching it. I watched it all. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there are a couple of good moments, but then it's like you said, they don't tie it into anything else, and there's no ghost. It's just like it was. It's just when they don't go all out, right? Because they can't have everything else in the universe tied together. So Yeah, Wagner says there were 2 seasons of Cloak and Dagger. How did it manage to get renewed?
I don't know, Gwag. You got me.
That was so bad. That was
I don't
such a
know.
bad.
Wow.
But yeah, Hellstrom, don't bother watching it. No one talks about that.
No.
Yeah.
But it didn't have anything to do with the Son of Satan, did it?
It did, but it did. It was just so boring. Yeah, they're not part of the MCU. It's been siloed off, so it's just so stupid. It's just don't do that. Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't put freaking what was it, MODOK on there.
Yeah. Oh well, here we go.
WandaVision.
Well, MODOK should be somewhere in here, right? Yeah.
Hope not. So here you go.
WandaVision.
The Disney drivel. 9 episodes of WandaVision.
Yep.
Again, I thought, hey, RRTNZ, good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, RTNZ.
I thought the first few were kind of interesting setup. That's all they know how to do is set things up. Like, okay, that's all right. You got me. I mean, let's see. This is kind of cute. Let's see what's going on here. Then by episode 3, 4, I'm like, all right, I get it. I get it. You guys are setting it up. Great. What are you going to do now? They don't. In that saggy middle, they don't do much, but tease things. And then the last 4 episodes are so atrocious with that horrible ending where we find out that Wanda's an evil piece of garbage who's torturing a whole town full of people.
She should be in prison with Echo.
And then the guy who wants to stop her is the bad guy. And you've got this moronic speech by what's her face, Monica Rambeau, who says they'll never know what you gave up for, what you suffered through, been through. Yeah. Why don't you ask the people in the town what they've been through because of her? Are you out of your freaking mind? Are you crazy? What she's been through? Who caused all this shit? Just because her living vibrator was destroyed, which is all he was a goddamn robot. Sorry, he was. I'm sorry. I love the Vision, one of my favorite characters. But he's a robot. And he died heroically in battle. And even though he was an artificial intelligence and a robot, not a sentient being that we know of, maybe a data, okay, if you want to make that argument. He willingly did it. And he would not be, in fact, the White Vision was not really him. He would not want her to go destroy a bunch of people's lives for him. And then she's whining about fictional creations. It's like, you got, get out of here with that. It's an F. That's what I mean. With that horrible bullshit. That's the kind of moronic modern day writing, the idiotic. The immorality of modern, this generation that writes shit like this is disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, and
I heard COVID, not to make excuses for it, but I heard COVID kind of messed that series up too in terms of when it was being filmed and they had to shut it down. So maybe you can give them a little. The end result was still pretty bad, but kind of a little bit of slack. I guess that kind of messed up their plans. But
you know, if you're going to make her the villain, then go all the way, and don't make excuses for her. You can have Doctor Strange or somebody come fight her. And you know, by the way, I never liked that Darker Than Scarlet shit that John Byrne, Mr. Regurgitator, did. First of all, Dark Phoenix Saga is great. Then they ripped it off like 5 times, including Byrne. I think Byrne ripped it off 3 times himself. I guess he ripped himself off because he was part of that, like Dark Phoenix, right? Then he does Darker Than Scarlet. Then he does it to Sue Richards too. For a while with Malice. Yep. How many times are you going to rip the stupid sort of, you know, the female character turns like to an evil? At least he turns Sue back, and he turns Scarlet Witch back eventually. I mean, they'll get turned back, but how many times do we have to see that shit?
Yeah, right.
But in this, unlike those stories, Wanda doesn't. She never goes back to the good side. She was the villain of the stupid Doctor Strange second movie.
No, it was just they don't know what they're doing. I mean, and you can't have that. You can't do that to one of your main characters. If you're going to go evil,
they always go back, though.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, no, it was pretty damn bad. Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, Fail Clown and Winter Soldier, is what Ace said. Do better, Senator.
Do better.
Has anyone forgotten the fact in that episode that Sharon Carter turned evil? and murdered Batroc.
Yeah, and did they ever confirm that she was a Skrull? Because
No, she was not. Second Invasion did not have Sharon Carter. She's gone. As far as we know, she was no Skrull. If she was, they forgot to tell us. So from what we know, she flat out becomes an evil arms dealer or some shit, and murdered what's his face, Batroc.
Yeah.
Way to ruin Sharon Carter. She was cool. And
I mean, because the only way you could explain that was just to say that she's
a Skrull. Everybody's saying all along she'll be a Skrull. Yeah. Well, oops.
Never happened, right? Yeah.
Right. It's so stupid. So I remember seeing that going on. Well, she better be a Skrull, otherwise that sucks. I hate to see Sharon Carter turn like a villain.
Yeah.
Also, that movie was laughably stupid for what they did to Zemo.
People seem to like Zemo, that version of Zemo, but
I mean, it was kind of funny, but it was dopey. It was like shit.
Yeah, well, it gets tired after a while too.
Yeah, he's not going to be. Is he going to be in Thunderbolts? That's going to be bad. You're a Thunderbolts fan. You get used to it right now. That's going to be bad, man. That movie's going to suck.
Should I sell all my Thunderbolts first appearances
sell them
now?
Not yet. Wait till the keys go up. It's got to be like in production and definitely about to come out. Then the keys or the regular issues of Thunderbolts will go skyrocket, and then sell them. Just go buy trades or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I have the first appearance of Squirrel Girl, and they canceled her series, so I was hoping I would. I usually miss the first appearances. That's my superpowers in my run of comics. I miss the key issues, but that one I actually had, unbelievably. It's like, I have every X Factor except for X Force except for 97. The first Deadpool. It's like, why would I want to buy that one? So
Doc Fortune said WandaVision made no sense. It seems like they started out with an idea, began filming before they had the end figured out, and filled in the blank with pandering to victimhood narratives. Very true. By the way, like everyone thought it was going to be Mephisto, that would require some, a smart move, and they were not capable of it.
I think the showrunner said she didn't know who Mephisto was.
Yeah, well, and right? I believe her. I believe her. Like, doesn't the whole point of WandaVision and Doctor Strange mom was to justify Wanda's bad behavior because sometimes men break the rules? I don't know what the point was, but Maddie's daddy, what's up, bro? So I give, by the way, WandaVision gets an F for me, and so does Falcon Winter Soldier. What about you?
Yeah, I would give WandaVision. I liked the beginning, and it had some interesting concepts, but it teased you with that. And I always remember our buddy Fat Steven, who did all the Easter eggs in the first, and he did a phenomenal
He was
job.
hyped up for that show.
Yeah, and everyone was hyped up too, because we're all stuck at home.
We were all pretty excited about that shit. Yeah,
we're all excited, right? No, but I mean, you were a captive audience then, right? We couldn't go to the movies back then, right. We tell our kids someday. And so we were, we're really looking forward to getting that series, something new, and launch, the Marvel TV. And this is 2001, so this 2021. So what was this after Endgame, or was this when was Endgame? I'm trying to put the timeline.
2019.
19, right? So you haven't had a big movie in a while, I think, and you're looking forward to this. So I'd give it a D, because of just what they did to Wanda and letting her get away with it. It's not like when they did Sue Richards turned into Malice, and they said she was being, corrupted by another being, and you can kind of write that off and say, yeah, that she wasn't really herself. But then you get to have the character be like, that evil badass for a while, if you want to, but then you have the character revert back. But Wanda got no punishment, like you said in the end there. That was
terrible.
That was horrific. And Winter Soldier, I'm giving that probably a D too as well, I think, because
both a couple of Fs for me. They're filthy infested crap.
Yeah, that was bad. Yep.
Don Ranger Power. What's up, buddy? He says,
hey, Don.
Hello, Club. Hope everyone is well. Despite the passings of Star Trek Enterprise Gap, I talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Gary Graham.
Alienation as well.
Alienation, Star Trek Enterprise. He said passings. He's got another one coming. He's leaving us in suspense to what the other one is. Was there another passing?
Oh, Charles Osgood.
Charles Osgood. No kid. Charles Osgood. Well, oh my! I did not know that. I did not know that.
I always liked Charles. What was his tagline? Didn't he did that segment? And
I
then
don't know, but I remember that voice for sure. You could, Charles Osgood, but I can't
Yeah.
remember. CBS News. Wow.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's man. He's been down. That's a blast from the past. I'd heard about him in a long time. Next, you're going to mention Paul Harvey. We'll do a whole show. Paul Harvey today.
Oh, he
I
also
miss Paul Harvey.
yeah, Paul Harvey was great. Yeah. And Osgood was also known as the narrative Horton Hears a Who.
Wow.
Interesting. Yep.
Wow. Nice. Well, rest in
Well,
peace.
God bless him. Yep.
Gary Graham and Charles Osgood. I'd heard anything about Osgood for years.
Yeah.
Yep. Paul Harvey was a master, one of the greatest of all the TV radio broadcasters ever. So, Loki, season 1. I'm gonna have to say this. There was what a wasteoid that is, man. I'm first to admit that silly episode with all the Loki planet was kind of funny, but that's just a big slight little glittering jewel in a bunch of turds. So I'm gonna have to go F because something good that gets smothered out by so much bad makes it even worse. There's nothing good in Falcon Winter Soldier. Not one good thing. So it gets an F. Same token, to start out promising and turn into such dog shit like Wanda is also deserving of an F. And I feel the same way about Loki season 1 and 2. And I know 2's not on here, but I'm giving them both Fs. Your turn.
Season 1 Loki, I'd probably give a C- because there's some parts that are watchable. They had that alligator episode with all the alternate Lokis. And if you're in the mood for that, it was they tried. I mean, they tried, but then Loki getting smashed in the cojones over and over,
the nuts over and over again. That's what that was symbolizing the whole MCU.
Yeah, there was some really bad stuff in there too. So, but I mean, some parts are watchable. You had to be in the mood for that kind of show or like that kind of. It was a weird show, so I give them points for trying, but then they did have a lot of stuff that I didn't agree with or like. But then there were also a few good moments too, and Hiddleston is just so damn good as Loki too. So he's we're lucky to have him playing that character. I guess he's done playing Loki now. Now season 2, I think season 2 is better than season 1, but you really only need to watch the last episode of season 2. It's basically like the same thing over and over, and you've got the actor that played Short Round who's in it as this crazy inventor. It's a wackadoodle show. It's a crazy show. It's nuts. The Jonathan Majors episode actually was he goes back in time and he's playing like a huckster inventor. Was pretty good episode, I thought. But it's that whole version of Kang the Conqueror. It's just the man who knows. What do they call him? The man who knows everything, or he who shall remain, or I don't know. It's just too much for me. I don't like it. But I guess if you're into that kind of stuff, or you like that kind of quirky show, like a Twin Peaks, I'm not saying it's anywhere near good as Twin Peaks, but if you like that kind of quirky TV, maybe it's for you. But it's just not for me. And then it's just too much of the same thing over and over again. So,
Dearest, good to see you there, buddy. Welcome.
Hey, Dearest.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. They're both dull garbage to me, and it's a shame. Again, the reason why I give it such low scores because of the potential of wasting a great actor like Hiddleston and wasting all that potential and making it stupid and dumb. I guess I'll give the second season about this. I'm gonna give them both Fs because they don't deserve anything. They don't deserve any kind of accolades. What If is it slighted? I'm gonna give it rated, even though it's slightly incomplete because I only watched the first 3 or 4, and after one episode made me want to gouge my eyes out. I couldn't do it anymore. I saw one episode from the new season. So as an incomplete, I'm gonna give 1 and 2 an incomplete, but an F anyway, just out of spite and not care anymore.
I think What If got better towards the end. I didn't like what they were doing in terms of the storyline, trying to tie everything together. But the Multiverse of Madness tie-in at the end, that was kind of an interesting episode. That was kind of fun tying into Doctor Strange. So at least they did have that part. But the zombie episode was horrifically bad. You've got Peter Parker making jokes as Spider-Man while everyone's getting eaten alive. I mean, it's just, there's a time and a place that Spider-Man wouldn't making quips as people are getting munched on. I mean, it was totally inappropriate. And, they're trying for those sick gallows humor. The Captain Carter one I didn't mind with what was Steve Rogers was the Iron Giant, basically the Stomper, the Hydra Stomper, Iron, quote unquote Iron. I mean, I don't mind. Like, What If should do stuff like that, where you have a crazy premise, not what they're doing in the second season, where the first one they had. It's not bad, but it's a waste of time. They have Nebula as part of the Nova Corps. It's just a ridiculous premise. It's like, so what? Who cares? So Nebula joins the Nova Corps, and it's not even a good story. And then, of course, they turn, the Nova Corps leader, is ultimately turns out to be evil and working with, with the Kree. It's why are you doing this? I mean, so, and I've only watched the first 2 episodes. The second episode was a little bit better, but it's not none of the What If where it's like, oh wow, that's a great, like the comics where you've got these great ideas where, it's really like, oh my god, I can't believe they did that, right? That was amazing, or that was shocking. I'm trying to see what if we had here are the episodes. Captain, it was all right. Captain Carter, T'Challa, Star-Lord, that was the one that set you off. Probably that was the F.
Well, hello to RMB there, Don. Shout out to RMB.
Well, this is T'Challa became Star-Lord. That's ridiculous.
One of the worst pieces of trash I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I watched which one did I watch? I think I watched up to the Doctor Strange, but couldn't take it anymore. And then I watched one episode of the second season, the Christmas episode on Christmas Eve nights for the hell of it. Okay. And so to hell with it.
Yeah, this one.
We're spending way too much time on this shit.
I know, but Lost His Heart instead of. I'm trying to remember if that was a good one or not. Zombies was horrific. Yeah, the Doctor Strange one.
Horrible.
Does he go he becomes evil in that? And that was tying into the movie. Yep.
He Killmonger, everything.
Yeah, that was horrific. Yeah, Killmonger
kept trying to bring this girlfriend back. Go ahead. What?
Yeah. That was horrific. Yeah. But they were trying to tie it in. They were trying to create that character for the multiverse, which you shouldn't be doing with What If. You just tell a story. Thor, an only child. That was a silly one with the. What if Ultron won? These last two were interesting. The last two were interesting.
Shit's putting me to sleep, man.
Season 2, see, this was horrible. Oh, Peter Quill attack. Oh, that was horrific. That was horrible. The second episode. And you like the Happy Hogan one?
It was okay. It was kind of a funny Die Hard type of thingy, but it was nothing really. Yeah. Avengers assembled in 1602. Stranger Primitive. What the hell? I'm never gonna find out. I'm not watching it. I can go
Peter Quill attacked Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Oh, good. They had Peter Quill come back, and they're all attacking him because they think he's evil and he's destroying the universe. And it was just a waste of time. Yeah. So I haven't watched the rest yet, but I'm sure it's going to be pretty bad. Yeah.
F's.
Yep.
Oh God.
Hawkeye, my favorite. Stuck in the Christmas tree.
Also an F.
Yeah.
Boring. Man, look, he's not the Hawkeye from the comic, but I still like Jerry Remember. Okay, he's good in those movies as Hawkeye. He's a movie Hawkeye. It's not the same. So it's not one of those where I'll go like, wow, Christopher Reeve is such a great casting of Superman, or Chris Evans is really well cast as as Cap. Whatever. I don't do that with Jeremy Renner. He's really not much the Clint Barton for the comic, but he's still okay. And I like the actor enough. So I watch a show with him, and I don't mind the girl. For once, this wasn't just like a bunch of girl power crap with Kate Bishop. So maybe I'll upgrade it to a D just for that. But it's still boring and there's nothing going on. It's still all about Echo and mostly about Kate Bishop. And it's 6 episodes. And then what's her name? Black Widow's sister. So it's really much about nothing. and mostly just kind of dull. And he gets
don't
stuck
forget
in the
the
Christmas
swordsman.
tree.
The swordsman
Oh,
gets
I'm going back
wasted.
down to F. You just reminded me. The swordsman was a missed opportunity to do a really good character. The show's called Hawkeye, after all. The swordsman is crucial to his origin. They cast a really cool guy of him, and they wasted him.
Yep.
Waste.
Well, they had you think that he's a bad guy for a while,
Waste.
and then
Wasty the way be waste. So now I hate it even more. And I'm back. I forgot about that. Thank you. It's so forgettable. That's a problem with the show. So he's it's trash. And they had that stupid thing with the LARPers. Oh, this show is garbage.
They could have done the LARPers for like 30 seconds. Would have been funny.
Whole 2 episodes.
But they did whatever. 2 episodes with the LARPers. And Haley Steinfeld is great as
she's a cutie. And she's fine. All that stuff. Echo's in it too much. And also shit all over the Kingpin. He gets his ass handed to him by Kate Bishop and Echo. So this show is. I'm going back down to F.
And
F this crap.
The David Aja Hawkeye series, with which you read, I made you read that. Was it 12 episodes or 12 issues but that's
that many?
Was it 8 or what the heck is that? Whatever it's based on. But it's that's worth reading over this, but or watching, read that instead of watching this. But it had some good moments, but then it just doesn't stick the landing at all, and then it just gets boring. And then it's like, what was the point of it? I mean, it's just so Haley Steinfeld, and of course they've got Pizza Dog in there, which is a great character from the comics, and so they had some good moments if you've read the comic. And that was a very well received comic when it came out. Everyone went nuts over that, and it was good stuff. But let's see, it was how many issues was that? I don't know. Well, I think that first storyline maybe was just like 12 issues. I'm trying to remember now, but
no point. No biggie.
But no biggie yet. Yep. But don't watch that. And Moon Knight, I'm giving that an F minus.
F minus. What a piece of trash. What a boring ass, absolute waste of, everybody's time. Good actor, and that's another problem. He's a good actor, but who cares? Just nothing to do with the character at all. And all leading up to nothing McNothing Burger, and barely get any scenes with Moon Knight in it. It's all about the chick, and she didn't even do anything either. Nobody does anything. It's one of the worst things. It's truly amongst these unbelievably bad shows. It might be at least I'd have to almost have it like second worst. It was so pretentious. Third.
Yeah, it was trying to be this fancy, highfalutin show. And look, we're not going to show you Moon Knight in the first episode. He's not even going to be. He's going to disappear when he does anything cool. And you're like, well, enough of that. I'm watching the show to see Moon Knight. I think he was in it for like 5 minutes as Moon Knight the whole time.
And then the time what little time they devote to Moon Knight, a lot of it's in that stupid ass suit. The suit, not like the costume.
Yeah,
a suit, an actual like
the other
top hat or whatever. That shit that was more moderny, not the costume.
Yep,
of course not. We want to see that. We want to see the Moon Knight
alias
costume.
Called? That's the other alias.
Khonshu or whatever.
Well, no, but the alien,
Mr.
but then
Mr. Knight or some shit. I don't know, because that's modern crap. I don't know.
Yeah, someone in the chat will help us out, but
I don't. Yeah, but I just want to see the real costume.
They were setting up that woman to be a Egyptian superhero, and she was in it more. She had more kick-ass moments. Yeah, so that's an F minus. Yep.
Horrible show. What a piece of shite. RRT and Z, sir. I'll say it again. It should do a Galactus travel show. Each week he visits a new planet and learns to appreciate its culture and ecology, and then eats it. I'd watch that for $1. I'd buy that. Thank you for the super chat. You're too kind, buddy, and I would watch the hell out of that.
So what should we play for that super chat, right?
Yeah, we should just see. Hang on. All right. This is for you.
It's a trap!
And this is for you. Hey, thank you. So, Miss Marvel, you'll have to do that one without me because I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it? Well, I
Ones
think
that
you would
don't
have
take
given
3
it an A
hours.
plus plus plus. I'm gonna give that probably a B minus C plus, only because the lead actress, I can't remember her. I always mispronounce her name. So I'm
Would
gonna
you give
say
it a C minus?
C minus, probably
Plus?
C plus. Yeah, around that range.
C minus? Right.
It's not a great show,
That's
but at
fair.
least the lead actress, she's into it and she's trying. She's not like Nick Fury, who's just mailing it in these days. And it's trying to copy the Spider-Man young heroine, coming of age stuff. So, and there's some fun stuff in it, but she's charming in the role, getting superpowers, and it's I definitely watch that over, it's low bar. I'd watch it over Echo any day. At least there were some fun, interesting scenes in it. I think Cameron Pasha loved the show, but there's some
He did.
there's some redeeming stuff in there, and you could, even as bad as the Marvels was as a movie, she gives a good performance and has some charisma. At least makes it interesting. Although there's some stupid stuff that happens in there, but it's not a show for you or me. It's not geared towards us.
It's not made for you.
It's not
Larry
it's
says,
a younger demographic. Yeah.
Larry says, Dune 2 IMAX. The ticket is as hot as the search for spice.
Wow.
There you go. So I think he means it's pre-ordering, huh? Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, Miss Marvel. Yeah, nothing against. I mean, look, that's one I don't have an axe to grind because I just wouldn't watch the show. And I didn't write enough for no malicious reason other than I don't give a crap about the character. Every one of these shows contains things that interest me, even though they're barely there. You know what I mean? Every one of these, including our next gem, She-Bulk, Attorney at Squaw. If it's not the worst one, it's right there with Falcon Winter Soldier. I mean, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I hate it beyond. I mean, everything about. I'm not going to go into it. It's just too. I've done it enough. I'm not going. We don't have to spend much time on it. It is a show truly like a couple of ones like Moon Knight. No redeeming characteristics or qualities, but far more laughably bad than any of the other. This is one that's probably the most laughably bad. Written with the narcissism of a horrible modern day generation. It's written almost like it's written by the entire narcissist generation. But I don't want to tarnish a whole generation. So let's just say it's written by the narcissism of the younger generation from Hollywood. All made to gotcha YouTubers. That's what it was made for. It actually was made for no other reason other than to gotcha the critics. We gotcha. Okay, you gotcha. All right. No one cares. I mean, all you did was make your critics laugh. So you entertained by making this unbelievable. Let's see, but along the way, there was some collateral damage to characters, to the credibility of certain characters, such as, She-Hulk herself, really, and I'm not backing into her. Hey, Jill. Anti-derivative Jill.
Hey, Jill.
Here are the characters that it ruined, that it really tainted, that ruined going forward. Bruce Banner, the Hulk, Jessica the She-Hulk herself, Wong, Matt Murdock, Daredevil. Was there another one? The Abomination.
The Abomination.
The way they handled him.
A joke.
A really bad joke. You waste an actor like, what was that guy? Tim. What's his name?
Tim Russ. No,
Tim Russ. Or no, not Tim.
No. It's Vulcan.
It's Vulcan.
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth. Sorry. Okay, so it's atrociously.
What about Wong?
I said Wong.
Oh, you said
Wong is a joke. Horrible. I mean, so bad. Everybody's disgusting in it. Every line of it drips with asinine wokeitude to the point of where you want to vomit all over the place. It is dripping with the narcissism of a generation and all sitting in a Hollywood room. They're so full of themselves. They self-inserted themselves, and they even inserted the people that hurt their fifis on the internet. It's that bad. It's just, it may be one of the worst things ever made. Even worse than Moon Knight's boring and stupid. This is
worse. What they did to Titania was horrendous, and then also
that was Titania. Yep.
And also, who do they have on the show too? Oh, we couldn't believe that was actually the characters when they had them on
they put a bunch
Wrecking Crew.
Even though there was the wreck. Oh my God, the Wrecking Crew! Jesus,
don't forget that.
The Wrecking Crew. I mean, they're like, as far as Marvel villains go, you don't get much more masculine, like big, like testosterone type, macho badass villains than the Wrecking Crew. And they went in because they thought it would be cute to go make them as opposite of that as you possibly can. It's like, okay, guys, that's really funny. I mean, look, I understand you want to make a comedy, but in the comic book, when they would do something like that, they didn't change the character. Like, in other words, if she met the Wrecking Crew in one of the Byrne issues, for example, they would still look like the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
And when she would meet
Wrecking Crew, yeah.
Even though she was breaking the fourth wall and doing all this crazy crap, they gave us screeds and speeches about their fifis through the mouth of She-Hulk or the girl playing the girl playing the young lady playing what's her face, Tatiana Maslany or whatever, playing Jessica. Yeah. Not Jennifer Walters. Sorry,
Jennifer Walters. Yeah.
Sorry, it's just a mess, and it's a horrible. It's embarrassing. I mean, I've never watched. I don't know if I've ever watched a show where I'm actually embarrassed while I'm watching it. No, we're embarrassed that people made this. Embarrassed that somebody actually made this show. People I don't even know that I shouldn't have any care or empathy for. I'm embarrassed that somebody actually went to work and worked on this thing. Somebody actually is idiotic enough to write this. It's that horrifically bad. So anyway, good.
And what about one of the most embarrassing things at the end of the show?
This was embarrassing. Oh God,
Scar! Look what they did to Scar.
Scar, look at him. That's so horrible.
When they screwed up, they screwed up the whole, World Planet Hulk storyline.
Big time.
Yeah. I'm throwing a penalty flag.
Personal foul. Crackback. 85. Offense. 15-yard penalty.
This is a penalty flag on this. I mean, It's like, what are you thinking? And Scar looks like a badass. You don't have Scar look like skinny Shrek with that hair. What's with the hair there?
The Hulk is really really ruined in this.
They ruined the Hulk. Yeah.
To be fair, he was kind of ruined in Endgame, but
yeah.
So I got it. They just made it worse, which I didn't think they could do, but they did.
Yeah,
but he was pretty bad in Endgame. I mean, the damage started in Endgame. This really wiped him out. And look, I don't even like She-Hulk, and they ruined her bad. I mean, she's also the damage. I mean, it was so pathetic. Everything about this. I mean, it's one of the worst things that's ever been made. I mean, it's that, and again, it might be worse than Falcon and Winter Soldier, but it might actually be. I have to be honest, it's worse. And
didn't our buddy Retroblasting like She-Hulk though?
Why would you bring that up?
Oh, because we always have
Michael, if you're out there, buddy, love you, man. I'm not. No,
yeah,
I cannot. God damn, believe you brought that up. Michael, love you, brother. If you're out there.
Mark.
I cannot believe you. I'm not bringing it up. He's entitled to like what he wants, and he's a great friend. I respect him, and I'm so angry with you bringing him up right now. Can't even see straight. But Ezra Goldstein, what's up, dude? Shalom.
Just pointing out alternative points of view. Those people look like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I respect his opinion.
Yep. So,
Michael, not me, dude. You know I would not give you any shit or anything like that.
He's not listening to this. Yeah. Well, crap. I better
listen sometimes, and I watch him, and I listen. It's him.
Yeah.
And if you are listening, dude, he can take it.
Yeah. No.
But I still.
It's fun when you can talk about things. Yeah. Why you like something or didn't like something. Yeah. But then we're moving on.
Now I'm depressed. Okay, Suckward Invasion.
I'm just gonna laugh over that one because it's just so bad. It's so bad.
Suckered Invasion is yeah, I can't even. I don't have any energy anymore. You just sucked it all out of me. So it sucks. Suckered Invasion F. I hate it.
F. No, it's an F minus minus. If you could wake up Samuel L. Jackson, getting his paycheck, yeah. I didn't even finish watching it, so I have to say incomplete. But I've heard it was pretty
garbage.
So
that's okay. Bad. I didn't finish watching the Echo.
I watched Loki. And I already talked about season 2 of Loki, but you really could just watch the last episode. That's all you need to watch. Rehash. What if season 2? I guess you like the Christmas episode.
Whatever. Yeah, no, it was that man. It sucks. It's incomplete. Suckered Invasion is. I watched all the shit. It's right down there with all the worst ones. It's an F minus. There's Minimus is here. Yo,
hey Minimus.
It's an F minus. And it only just. I mean, it's Fury was kind of already destroyed by Captain Marvel, but this finishes the job. This backs the van up over him and starts hitting him over and over again, running him back, running him down, and grinding the tires into his face. And then backing up and hitting him again, let him get up a couple times, and then it backed into him again. It slammed him against the wall hitting him with a big dump truck. And yeah, this one is truly one of the worst pieces of shit. And again, at this point, I didn't think you could make something as boring. She-Hulk's like crazy bad. It's so out there bad. It's like boisterously bad. It keeps your attention bad. Like you can't believe you just watched something that horrible. But some of these other ones are so bad. You're like, at this point, man, just be over. God, I mean, this one was one of those. This one was turgid. It was dreary. It was like when you're watching an episode, you're watching him walking around. You're watching what's his face, Samuel Jackson. Like he's just like, I can't wait for this to be over. I need this to stop. But let's get this episode and this bullshit over with. And it's that bad. It's that boring. It's truly, and then yes, it destroys Agent Hill. We kind of liked her, so let's kill her, of course. It kind of destroys Rhodey because he's apparently been a Skrull since Civil War. They're implying that he was a Skrull
for a long time.
He must have been in Infinity War and Endgame, I guess, according to them. Which is horseshit. So it's an absolute piece of trash. It's so horrible. So that's all I got to say about that. You didn't watch it. You're lucky.
I didn't finish it. Amelia Clark as Skrull P. They're in the chat now, but yeah. The person in the chat, Amelia Clark Skrull P. One of our chat people. Yep.
What? Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, oh shit. Yeah.
I was laughing the first time
I got you.
I saw that name, but yeah, I mean, she's not anything to write home about on this series, and I just stopped watching, which is so.
I guess
bad.
That's true. Loki never. Well, no, he wasn't a Skrull in Civil War. I think they're saying he was a Skrull after that. But they don't really say. They don't tell you actually.
Yeah, who broke his back, right? Because a Skrull could probably fix his back, right?
He wasn't a Skrull at that point, but then he became one. But again, that's what I'm guessing. I mean, So basically, anytime after Civil War, he became a Skrull, I guess.
And I like what Claude said, the Sucrettes invasion, or Sucrettes, but that was the candy. I don't know if people still buy Sucrettes. Does it get sold anywhere?
Is that
the candy in the tin?
I thought, yeah.
Oh, it was in the tin, or it was not candy. It was.
I thought they were cough drops.
Cough drops. I should say.
Yeah.
In
So
the metal tin. Yep.
Let's see. We're all out of shows, so except you could do Echo. I didn't finish that. Echo is incomplete, but it's still
F minus.
Donkey Dongs from Hell.
Yeah, Agatha Darkhold.
Oh my God! When is
you
that
pre-graded us in F?
I pre-grade that as poo-poo mixed with pee-pee.
I can't believe these are the shows that we're getting.
I
mean,
will prejudge that show. My precognition tells me it is a bag of poop. It's been filmed late 2024. 9 episodes. Whoa.
wow.
Shit. Nobody's going to watch 9 minutes of that shit. It was Africa after all. Eyes of Wakanda. That's not going to get made.
TBA. Yeah.
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. What the frack is that?
I think it's a cartoon. I think.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess.
Marvel Zombies. It looks like it's been made too. 4 episodes.
Animated.
It's an animated.
Cartoon.
Okay. Who wants to see that shit? God
I'm
almighty.
zombied out.
I can't stand the comics.
And of
Born
course,
Again.
now
Let's
we
hope
talked
that's
about
the. Don't call it Born Again. Just call it Daredevil season 4. But I hope that gets made.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Ironheart's made.
Let's see. I guess.
Oh
Wow.
boy, to be a TBA. All
Wow.
right.
But
Well, that's
we're
gonna be a
actually getting
piece of shit.
Agatha. Why aren't we getting like Machine Man or a cool character, a
Because
fun
Agatha's
character?
really cool. Old lady turned young, so she's great. I was talking about this the other night. I'm saying, wait a minute, you got
Yeah, they're all turned
Agatha.
young, right?
Yeah,
Madam Web.
yeah. Your friendly neighbor's spot. What's the other one? You got the thing I can't see below it because you got that
sorry,
thing
yeah.
over. All right. Wonder Man, please. What do you mean 10 episodes? That means it's happened?
It says it's filming.
Oh shit, that's
I don't
gonna be
know
a
if that's
piece
correct.
of shit.
Yeah.
Touring Machine, hello there.
Night
All
Touring.
right, that's gonna be a piece of crap. Oh, Untitled Nova, please God, no, make it stop. Vision Quest, please God, no, make it stop.
What's
What if
Vision
season
Quest? Is
3?
that the named after the comic? Is that the
yeah,
comic?
yeah, I think so. It'll probably have Vision and Wanda in it if they ever make the
Yeah.
shit. Okay, so let's go back to 2024 for a second. Now we have talked about this the other night. Okay, we have Echo, right? Then that's
Fail.
come out. Then we're about to get Madam Web. I know it's not Disney, but it's still a Marvel property. On
Sony, right?
yeah, that's on shit. It's coming out on Valentine's Day.
Okay. Everyone taking their dates to see that on Valentine's Day?
Yeah. You mind if we dance with your dates to Echo? All right, what else we got coming up? A villain movie called Craven, which was put out from last year.
Yeah.
That sounds like a winner to me. That'll put Craig. You know how Craven is on this? Oh, this is TV. All right. So, and then you've got Agatha, Darkhold Diaries, sometime this year. What? And they had to scrap Captain Falcon to reshoot that because it's awful.
Right.
Jesus Christ. They're reshooting Daredevil. Why would you have, if you weren't incompetent, you wouldn't have to be reshooting Daredevil. You'd have known from the beginning that was a stupid idea that you had. So, what a bunch of morons. Wow, what a bunch of complete imbeciles at Disney, man. It's like, really, guys? Are you that stupid?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good. So there's really going to be almost no Marvel at the theater this year on TV, and who cares? Nobody cares because look at them. There's not one of them is a first string character because Daredevil's not this year. That won't be this year, right?
Yeah. No.
So
it's gonna be a while. Yep.
J.J. Kirk. So not one of these, be it the movie ones or the TV shows, not one of them are first stringers.
Yeah.
At least DC, say what you want about James Gunn, which is probably going to screw it up. At least they're talking about Superman and Batman. And yeah, they're talking about some dumb stuff too. And they're probably going to suck. But at least you use your first stringers. They don't want to use Iron Man or Captain America or Thor. And when they talk Spidey, that's just a cartoon. They don't want to do they're not doing a Spidey anytime soon. What is it? Why? Are you just, what? You don't care about money at all? I mean, yes. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just nothing is exciting. I mean, you've got such a cool staple of stories and characters that you could use. It's
Yeah, but they don't give a shit.
they don't care, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, let's just I don't know, man. No one gives a frack anymore, so why should we? True,
Right.
Turing Machine, all great riff tracks material. I think they can build the MCU around the She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, Ironheart, says Classic Comics. Do they think that? Well, good luck.
Well, here's who they were casting for Supergirl, potentially in the movie, and
Well,
then someone I can't remember who mentioned in the chat. Was
which
it
one?
Wagner or someone? These two ladies are up for the final casting of Supergirl in the new movie.
I guarantee you the one on the left will get it because she's, and the one on the right's super hot.
Millie Alcock, she's Game of Thrones, Princess Rhaena Targaryen. She was actually really good in Game of Thrones, the spinoff.
Well, the one on the right
Prequel.
smoking hot, and therefore she
And-
doesn't have a chance.
She starred in the Disney Channel's hit musical franchise Zombies. I don't know what that is.
Who
And
is
her
she?
voice is a character. She's a voice actress in recent and current DC animated.
Who? Which one?
The one on the right.
Oh, hubba hubba.
So look how gorgeous her voice is.
She's gorgeous. Chick on the
Yeah.
left, not so much. So she'll get the job.
Yeah,
Brian
so
Hepburn, what's up, buddy?
hey,
Am I
Brian.
wrong? Am I wrong? I mean,
Supergirl
bet?
Woman of Tomorrow. Well, I think this girl on the right looks more like Supergirl, but she's
What?
that's not a good.
oh yeah,
On the
one
right?
I
Oh.
thought you said left. Sorry, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's on the right.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I
the
thought,
right. To
What,
the right.
dude?
This
That one
girl
looks like a-
looks. This
She
young.
looks like she looks
looks.
suspicious to me.
She's not made up that well there, I have to say. So
She looks
that's
like
not a good picture.
there may be some pronouns involved. If you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
But we'll see. We'll see who gets picked. Yep.
Wow. Look, bet the farm on the. I'm not going to say it. Bet the farm on the one on the left, folks. On the person, not the hot chick. How about that? Did I say that okay? On the person, and not the super hottie. You don't agree?
Well, I'm trying to find some pictures of her where she looked better.
I need one because I
You
mean,
need one. Yeah.
I'll change my bet if I see something better. I mean, nothing against her.
That's a
I mean,
weird picture. That's
I'm
a
not a
weird
licker
picture.
myself, so it's fine. All right,
Because she
but-
played the young Daenerys Targaryen there, so
yeah, I didn't watch that show.
she looks cuter there, I have to say. So
All right, that's a decently cute girl. I got you. If that's a girl, right?
that's the same girl. Yep.
Okay. All right, that's a cute enough girl, but send me some pictures of the other one now. Ooh, okay. All right.
No, yeah,
That's
now
all
you
right
changed your
then.
mind.
Yeah.
Now you
No,
changed
but
your
yeah, but
mind.
still the other one's way smoking hot now.
Yeah. This is the toxic male segment of the show.
Well, hell yeah. Blew that shit up. So show me that other one now.
Yeah, let's find what's her name? Millie, and the other girl is Meg Donnelly. Let's check what Meg Donnelly.
Meg Donnelly.
I wonder if
let's see
she's
some
related
Meg.
to my friend. Yep.
Yes, I'm sure she is. Oh yeah. Oh my. Oh my.
Well, I have safe search
Oh,
on.
that's what I'm talking about, right? That's Supergirl there.
That's more of a Supergirl for you. Yep.
Dad Man and the Dad Man clan, the JT Kirk go Lions. That's
Dead man.
the future world champion Detroit Lions. Has a good ring to it, buddy. I know that's getting ahead of us. Look at that. Yeah, that's a cutie. All right.
What was she in?
She was in Guardians? Or she
maybe she did. She's a voice actress. I think she did one of the voices of the
that
animals.
explains James Gunn talking about her.
I think that's why. Yep.
Okay.
But for a voice actress, she's got a face for TV for a voice actress. Yep.
Yeah.
See what you made me do? Show all those
There
pictures.
you go. That's fine. We're good.
So I
Stop
guess
showing
what's-
these.
Eyes of
Bad
Wakanda.
Marvel
that's
show.
animated.
Is it?
I don't. Oh yeah, it's animated. Yep. Okay. And other animated series. Your friendly Spider-Man. Yep. Yep.
Go
So
Lions,
what's
go Lions, go. What's it?
if we go through all these TV shows? What's been good for Marvel? I mean,
We did it already. With the
no,
Netflix
but I
thing.
mean, no. I mean, if you look through the percentage, what like the number, like all right, so Daredevil's been good,
2
and then you've got that's if you go through the whole list, there's been very few that other than the Daredevil and some of the Punisher that I thought was phenomenal. You'd say, oh wow, that was destination TV. I can't wait to watch it again. Then if you start from 2021 with WandaVision,
Ugh, all crap.
it's nothing good. I mean,
No, it's just that. I mean, I'm already getting sad that I'm gonna be done with Daredevil season 3 and soon, and then yeah.
and then you can watch Stargirl. Oh, I did it again. Now you're gonna call penalty on me.
Personal foul. Crackback. 85. Offense. 15-yard penalty.
Brain and brain. What is brain?
Cass, Super Cass.
Crazy. Crazy. Crazy.
Your agonizer, please.
God damn it, Mark.
Oh, God.
Dear, oh dear.
Oh, Claude has a request there. Are you going to show Laura Vanderhoot?
No, I'm not. You can. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, all right, sure. There you go.
Do I look like a chief engineer?
I'll get that. I'll get that right on that.
It way
Claude,
faster than me.
There we go. Let me go to the images here, and then also you've got to. Here, let's get this up here. And she was also in V.
V.
Yes, yeah, she was in the new V series. She was one of the baddies in the new V series.
I know she wasn't born with the old.
But you didn't see her because that was Smallville, so you weren't watching her in Smallville.
Yeah, I know who she is, but none of them watch Smallville. I don't watch new V either. Yeah, I know who she is. She's super hot. I mean, I don't know what she looks like now, but that's been a while also.
Yeah, yep. There we go. And then and of course if you're going to show more Smallville, Erica Durance, why not complete the trifecta?
RRT and Z and Man of Steel, I don't think he saves anybody. He doesn't save a ton of people, he kills a lot of people. It's not just the neck snap, he knocks buildings over thousands of people and stuff. But that's okay. Still love you. This is for the Larry.
What about you?
What about me?
Why don't you go?
You are expendable.
And you're not?
No, I'm not. I am not expendable. I'm not stupid. And I'm not going.
And here we go. Eric Durance. We'll finish on the Smallville. So this was, I don't know who remembers that scene, but we've got Reacher. We've got Reacher saving Lois Lane here.
Thank you, Jill. You're too kind. Gift to the Clobberin Times membership. Jill, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Love you, Jill. Yeah, that's Reacher. Yeah, Reacher.
That's Reacher, yeah.
Aqua Reacher.
Aquaman, yep.
Aqua Reacher.
Did you watch that episode, Clobberin Times?
What?
Did Claude call you up and tell you to watch this? Or
no, I don't watch Small Swill.
Well, he might have told you to watch this one. If he was a real friend, he would have called you up and said, I think you really need just to watch this episode.
There's plenty of wanking material out there who needs a show for it. Remember that scene in Airplane at the magazine stand that said whacking material? You remember that?
Oh God!
It was the newsstand. Was it Peter Graves is standing reading this, and they got the porn, the prawn, and the girly mags. It says whacking material. Oh dear. Well, you all Aquaman bangings. Well, you had Aguaman banging Zatanna, and that's a strange combo.
Well, that was Reacher's girlfriend, right? Was Zatanna in Smallville too? Yep.
Aquaman
showing
with
her that.
Anna though. Hey. You like movies about gladiators? Says Classic Comics.
That's what Darius is saying because that was
Yeah.
Reacher and
Yeah. I know.
yeah.
I saw it. You showed me that, remember?
Yeah, that night. Yeah. That was
Yes,
tough
sir.
to look at.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm so glad. It's such a bummer that Reacher's already over.
Yep.
See, Minimus watched Small Swill.
Yeah, see? He watched all of Smallville without telling anyone until it was over on TV.
The actress that played Zatanna in Small Swill was in Reacher season 2. Yeah, she's also the one that played Medusa, right?
Yeah, and Humans. Yeah, with Medusa with
played-
no hair.
She's played a Marvel character and a DC character.
Yep. But
Yep,
Humans
she's
gonna get the rest, yeah.
she's sweet. Mm-mm.
What's the actress's name? Carol? Oh no, I forgot her name.
I don't know. Oh no.
Oh, and I watched the whole show. I'm forgetting her name. Serinda Swan. Mrs. Swan. Yep. There we go.
She's something. Love her.
Yep.
Yeah, Oliver says I'm sad that Godzilla -1 was snubbed for Best Picture for Best Foreign and Best Foreign Film. That's terrible. Bag's Best Effects, and yet was surprised Barbie Best Picture. Garbage. It's easily the best movie that's been out in forever. And I'm tempted to go see it in black and white next week if it goes over here. You know they're putting Godzilla -1 in black and white for a while.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, like they did with Logan.
Cool. Oh, that's right, they did, didn't they? Yeah. I'm tempted to go back and see it again.
I can't believe that Margot Robbie didn't get an Oscar. I guess if Ken wins it, he should give it to Barbie, right?
It is pretty funny that they nominate Ken but not Barbie.
There are people protesting now. They're mad.
Yeah, but they only nominate 5 people in the people categories. In the movie category, they've upped it to 10, right? Years ago.
Yeah.
There used to be 5. Now it's 10.
Yep.
Not that the Oscars mean shit anymore anyway. But, and you still don't put something as great and greatly reviewed as, I mean, there's not been a better reviewed film in years than Godzilla -1. And these suckers, they snub it because, how dare they make a monster movie? Not even Best Foreign Picture. And it's so much better than any of the shit that came out.
And was it 35 effects people working on the movie?
Yeah, instead of 4,000.
4,000. And look at how bad the Marvels looked. I mean, the Marvels was boring to look at. I mean, there was nothing.
Everything about the movie was boring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's just total boring horse hockey.
God.
That's what they're doing. Go to see it in black and white Saturday, says Mr. and Mrs. Dad. Cool. I'd like to do that too.
Awesome.
I might do that.
Get lots of popcorn and make sure you put some peanut butter M&Ms in that popcorn too. That's my
popcorn. Did you know the world was once in black and white? Because I had the TV back in the 70s. I had a little bit. We got all my brothers. We got given each a little, small, tiny little black and white TV for our room. And before that, even when I would see a black and white TV show, I would say, "Wow, maybe the world was black and white back then."
Yeah.
And when I was very young, I thought that, and then I would watch something in color, but it was made at a certain point. So I guess the world just turned in color at a certain point.
What about Batman? He was always in color.
Was in color. Yeah, that was in color. But then I would see black and white stuff that was. I just assumed it was older. But it's weird because the first season of Lost in Space was the same year as Batman, and it was black and white.
Yeah. That's
so there
true,
was still some black and white shows.
Yep.
And what was it? Obviously Twilight Zone was in black and white. First season of Gilligan was in black and white. Yeah, I mean some of those shows were still doing them in black and white then, and even when there were color ones. So, and look how early the Superman TV show was in color.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
What's the first 2 or 3 seasons of Adventures of Superman that were in black and white? Minimus would know. I can't remember.
Well, of course, then you had the the serials too. Of course, that's different because it was in the movies, but those were obviously all in black and white too back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Captain Marvel. Yep.
Oh yeah.
The
There
original.
weren't any color serials.
Yeah, right.
I think
Then
they
the two
colorized
Batman
one.
ones. I think they did
Didn't they
colorize.
colorize one?
Did they colorize Captain
Stupid.
Marvel? And Captain
I think they
Marvel is
may have.
phenomenal. That's definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
It's in public domain now too. Yep.
Yeah. Jill, you watching Black and White Lost in Space? Cool. Love it. It got sillier as it got more in color, but you're into the color episodes? Well, first season though, that's some really good ones. First 5 episodes of that show were pretty serious.
Well, just wait till you get to the vegetable show. The rise.
That's like the third to last episode.
Yeah.
Second or third last episode, the Great Vegetable Rebellion, which is Spock's brain, basically. Yeah. It's the Spock's brain of whilst up in space.
It's just
You know that what's it? June Lockhart and Mark Goddard, who just passed recently, actually told a story how they were laughing so much making that episode. Miss Cagle, what's up? They were laughing because it was stupid.
Yep.
And Ron Allen got pissed off at him. And
all right, he got mad at him. Yeah, yeah.
And so the next 2 episodes, he wrote them out. And or like minimalized their participation in the last couple of episodes. I think he wrote them out completely. Ezra says, Clobberin was the most TOS film originally in black and white or in color. Well, I know there was a black and white pilot. The Cage had both a black and white and a color pilot. And Roddenberry used to run around with the pilot in black and showing it in black and white at first. The original plot without Dr. Smith and the robot is pretty intense, says and yeah, there was a pilot shot without them.
Yeah, because on the Cage, Roddenberry only had the black and white footage for years. That was missing footage was not really missing, but the clips out of Menagerie. So you would watch it, and it was color when it was the scenes that were in the Menagerie, and they would flip to black and white when it was the scenes that didn't make it in the Menagerie. So finally, years later, they found the color version. Roddenberry did that special. We've talked about it where they finally had it full in color, but it didn't really make the episode. I mean, it's such a phenomenal.
I had a black and white version
of TV. Yeah. So.
No, you're right. Oliver said, "What comic book gimmicks should Marvel and DC remove? Hiring activists, writers, multiverse variants of heroes and villains, or comic book universe resets, reboots, one of comics. All of the above, sir. All of the above. Because getting rid of one of those would be okay, but wouldn't. I mean, if you get rid of the activist writers, that'd be the biggest thing. That's the biggest. So I guess number. If you got to put, but the other 2 are pretty good, pretty big too. But that number 1 is crucial. If you don't get rid of the activist writers, they're probably not going to be. There's not going to be a Marvel or DC around much longer anyway. The characters will still exist in some form. Most of them being farmed out, probably. But as far as publishing comics, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have much of a publishing wing very soon. Next few years.
Yeah, I mean, no one's buying comics anymore, right? So
nah, not really. I mean, enough to where maybe they would still do it somehow. But I mean, as far as like a big, was it Jill's talking about the first 5? The first 5 were written by Star Trek writer S. Bar David. That's why they're so good. Yeah, the first 5 are really good. Dr. Smith is no joke in those early ones. Yeah. So I guess we can start. It's been on for a while. We'll start moseying on out of here. What do you think? Anything else?
Sure. No, well, it's too late to show the comics I got this week. We'll save it for next week.
Feel like it, but I mean,
no, I got the Liberated in front of my desk too. So
let's go. We can do it Monday if you're
we'll do
available.
It Monday,
if you're available, yeah.
It's
no biggie. I'm just glad you popped in. let's
No,
see
it's
here.
always fun to hang out, even though you picked on Jessica. Picked
What?
on my Jessica. You picked on my Jessica. Jessica Jones. Yeah, I can't do David Tennant, but
You'll
remember,
have to I guess you'll have to clip it. All right, so let's see here, my friends. Thank you for being here tonight. Let me see, Mark. Anything to announce, Marco?
Well, I'll be doing the watch party tomorrow night for Blake 7, episode 12, which is, I can't remember what episode.
That would
You
probably
do.
be Deliverance.
Deliverance, and not to be confused, there will be no banjos and Deliverance. So look for
Lord Avon.
Usually I do that around 9 o'clock, or try to get there a little bit earlier if I can.
The episode with Lord Avon in it.
Oh, yeah. Let's
and Insor, the beginning. Well, Insor Junior. Anyway, so what else you got?
Well, then we'll be doing the clubhouse, which you'll talk about, and there will be Sunday Night Geekery this weekend. So we'll figure out what to talk about, but we shall have fun, and hopefully I'll get a chance to do some more videos. I've been pretty busy with work these days, but trying to get been lagging in my videos. But we got some special dolls to show eventually, right? So I got to figure out a time to do that with you. Do an unboxing of that cool FF set. So I got to get that set up somewhere.
Indeed,
that's on me, but yeah. And I got to finish the Liberator and get that out to you. I got to print the stickers and put them on there and shoot that on down for you. Then you could have a reveal one of these nights.
So I don't have a camera, but I have to take pictures.
You can take
pictures. I can make a video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I understand. Don, be good, dude. Okay. Well, let's see up in here. Show notes. Tomorrow night. I mean, today I did 3 straight streams tonight.
Wow.
I got 3 straight ones tomorrow. At 4 p.m. Central, 5 Eastern. I'm going to be a guest on the Great WDW Pros show. I've been invited on there, and I'm going to be there. And then after that, I guess I'll be on with Tom and the gang on Midnight's Edge after the dark. And then, of course, the aforementioned Globby's Clubhouse with another Blake 7 episode review, the episode Deliverance, and, of course, another review of Star Trek Untold Voyages with our wonderful First Officer, Commander R.M. Briggs. Thank you, you naughty girl, for that super chat. And maybe the debut of the trailer of her new book. We'll see if that's coming. She's got that put together. And then that's what Larry was saying. Anyway, and of course, the great Mark D with a C will be here with us. And then Friday night, Fearless Fridays on the Great J Man's channel, our ongoing reviews of 7 p.m. Eastern of Frank Miller's classic Daredevil run. Sean and J Man and myself were having a blast doing that. Lots of fun. Then later after that, on 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser's channel, the Friday Night Comic Shop boys hang out and do our Friday Night Comic Shop stuff. Looking forward to that. And then Saturday night, Star Trek, 4 more episodes reviewed of Star Trek Voyager. And that'll be, of course, same Trek time, same Globby channel, 9 p.m. Central Standard. And then Sunday Night Geekery, the great Mark D with the Sea Chief Engineer Shadow, 10 p.m. Eastern. If you want to finish your Geek Week right, join us and have a good old time. It's always great fun, even when it makes you hungry with the eateries.
Yeah.
And deediousness. And then of course. And then actually no Legion this week. I think we're gonna skip that week. I've skipped week. We're back to next week. Yep. Yeah, I think J-Man's off that week. So anyway, thank you all so much. Appreciate you. Let's see. Shout outs. Quickly shout out the Wrenches, of course. Eric K, Chris Persian, Evan Martin, Lord Thoughts, J-Man, Maddie's Daddy, Cal L, Fanny Outsidey, Hungry Boy, Maximum Redstone, Larry. And with us in the chat tonight, the wonderful anti-derivative Jill, our Chief of Communications, as the Communications Officer. Shalom to Ezra Goldstein, Minimus, Empress NM, Don Ranger Power, Oliver Bellamonte, Wes Cagle, JT Kirk, Go Lions, Brian Hepburn, Dadman Walking in the Dadman Clan, RRTNZ, Dearest Classic Comics. Thank you again, Jill, by the way, for the gift. Doc Fortune. Hang on. Brian Hepburn, if I didn't say that already. Turing Machine. Dave C. Where are the cripes? Damn it. I think Salty Texas C was here with us earlier tonight. Also, Son Lee. Okay. Penny was here. Wagner was here. Ravenscroft was here. The Comic Relief Crusader was here. Mrs. Flew was here. The great Ace Cast Iron Buddy. Let's see. I'm just making sure. Might have got everybody already, believe it or not. Confident that where I'm at. It's possible. It's starting to look like, starting to believe. Alejandro Flores Ibarra, except obviously, and DJ Ronnie G. And Scribe Like. All right, buddy. I'm gonna invite you on one of these Wednesday nights if you can make it. Joe Dog. Ooh, Keely Chow, Roll Tide. Let's see. Mazerus popped in. Your Muslim uncle. Remember for 15 months. Peace be on you, sir. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. All right, the great Muslim uncle's here. Almost there, folks. Apollomes, Minion, and the Pupper. R.M. Briggs, of course. Commander R.M. Briggs, love you. Thank you for the super chat, you naughty. Claude Solling. D. Bud Martin popped in. I think I yelled him out, though. OT. FKHC 2005. Hike. All right. Well, there you go. Got them all. Good to see you. See D-Bud, and your Muslim uncle and everybody. All right, everyone. So thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Really appreciate it. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night. And remember, as always, as I said, it's Batman 66 and Blake 7 month because it's the month they both debuted, and Batman 66 in particular is why we're all here in the first place.
Yeah.
Indeedishness. Love it, love it. So here we go. Good night, everybody. Clobberin, my friends.
Poker. You know the game? Groovy.
I just love clobberin' time.